Check, check one. 1 2 1 2 3. 1 2 3 4 5. 1 2 3 4 5. Check, check, check. 1 2 3. 1 2 3 4 5. 1 2 3. 1 2 3 4 5.
10 KNOX.
It's played off the wall by Coleman back to Leduc. Now he's up the ice 2-on-1 with Wozniak. Back to Leduc, fires and scores! Back on top, one-timer Overgaard, and Overgaard scores! Justin Overgaard barred down above Drew Dorsey.
The dad joke. Corny, groan-worthy, but also one of the simplest ways to share a moment with your kids.
What did the buffalo say when he dropped his son off at school? Bye, son.
So take a moment to make your kid laugh, because dad...
Volunteer. Live United. Sign up today at liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
in Grand Forks.
The following is a presentation of KNOX Sports.
Well, good evening, everybody. We welcome you to East Grand Forks Civic Center Arena for live coverage of Green Wave and Knights hockey tonight, right here on KNOX TV and on News Radio 1310 KNOX 107.9 and 103.3 KNOX FM. Ryan Cunningham, Ryan Kuntz with you here this evening as we get ready for a good tilt inside the Gambucci Cup. We're expecting something that should be pretty good. These teams love to get after one another when they play each other, and really, even though they both had some games already to start the season, perhaps those games don't matter a whole lot, at least for a few hours here tonight as the Knights come across the river. A record of 1-2 on the season now to take on the East Grand Forks Green Wave. They are 3-2. Ryan Kuntz joining me tonight for color commentary and analysis. And so here we go, Ryan. I mean, it's another Gambucci Cup matchup, and with the starts that both of these teams have had, East Grand Forks start has been okay. Grand Forks Central start has been a little under their expectations. And so maybe this is a perfect game really for Central and maybe for both teams tonight.
Yeah, this is a good one. I mean, Central hasn't scored for 8 periods or 6 periods or something like that, right? I mean, 3-0 loss to South, 3-0 loss to Shanley. So 2 games worth. They got 7 against West Fargo the game before that, but 5 were in the first period. So in 8 periods, they have 2 goals.
Yeah.
So they need to figure out, like, there's, you know, when you look at the Central roster, it's not loaded with high-end scoring talent that really jumps out at you, right? They're going to have to manufacture goals, and this is a good way against a good team to kind of figure out maybe how to do that in a game that doesn't count in standings necessarily. It does count in the Gambucci Cup, but not in their North Dakota standings. And same for East Side. They get the same challenge.
Yeah, you know, earlier this season, Tyler Palmasino told us that really one of the trademarks of his team was going to be they were going to have to score in the gritty areas. Central's maybe in the same place.
Yeah, 100%.
It seems like East Grand Forks has had perhaps a little bit more success with that so far this year. They've got a couple of losses, but their losses are to Gentry Academy and Matamidi, and those are really respectable losses. They beat Delano when they were on their road trip, whereas Grand Forks Central, you know, the loss to Fargo South Shanley is respectable because obviously Fargo South Shanley is really, really good right now. But West Fargo Cheyenne sort of woke up the league on this team, and that sort of turns things around for Central at this point, doesn't it?
Yeah, and when you look up and down the rosters again, so a lot of the names here for East Grand Forks are names that we've been talking about for 2-3 years now. I mean, guys that we saw as sophomores, in some cases freshmen maybe even, and now they're seniors. So they have a lot of experience. On the Central side, I mean, they have some of that too, right? But I mean, we're looking across the bench right now. Evan Panzer's out, and he's out for
indefinitely.
Yeah, almost the whole, good chunk of the year. AJ Spicer wasn't playing the last couple games. I'm not sure if he's in the lineup tonight. So I mean, they were missing some guys the last 2 games too. So that doesn't help either.
But the Gambucci Cup Series gets started tonight, and Ryan, we're going to show our viewers on KNOX TV. And by the way, there's a live video stream of this tonight that you can find on our website at knoxradio.com. That's knoxradio.com. If you look underneath the sports tab, you'll see a tab for KNOX Live Sports. Just click there. The video stream is there for you, so you can take this one in tonight. We're going to have video coverage of this one. But, Ryan, for our viewers, we're going to show them tonight that when a Gambucci Cup or Cup Series catches true life, that's when things get impressive. And that happened today, as you can see right here. The Gambucci Cup now has a Twitter page. It has its own Twitter handle. If those of you that are on KNOX Radio, you can't see it tonight, but it's at the Gambucci Cup, and it's spelled Gambucci, the Gambucci Cup. They just started today. I was one of their first 7 follows. I'm very happy about that situation. And, they're out there. And obviously, this is the 20th anniversary of the Gambucci Cup Series coming together officially. And I'm sure that I believe that's a picture of Serge Gambucci.
Sure is.
Right there on the bench coaching a team. And so in the long run, I believe that's the Grand Forks Central Redskins at that point that goes back in time on that photo.
With the leather helmets, is that what we're looking at there?
Maybe, absolutely. But, yeah, so the Gambucci Cup has definitely caught fire. And for those of you that are viewing tonight, you could see that. And obviously you got to win over the teams between Central, Red River, and East Grand Forks in order to grab that Gambucci Cup. We're here at East Grand Forks Civic Center Arena tonight, courtesy of our premier sports partners, and they include Walls Medicine Center, your vaccine headquarters in Grand Forks. When it's time to get ahead on your health for the upcoming and now current winter flu, RSV, COVID, and all the rest of its season, and you need that vaccination, Walls Medicine Center is the place to go. Walls Medicine Center, they'll treat you right. So make sure you step in and get those vaccinations taken care of. And also our premier sports partners include Rivard's Turf and Forage, a premium seed dealer in Grand Forks. It's never too early to start thinking about what will happen for you coming up next spring. You know, and just in thinking about that, Ryan, I've been trying to keep myself positive as the weather's gone colder, and we have a winter storm maybe coming up next week. One of the thoughts I had is that it's December 8th today. We're only about 13 or 14 days away from the days getting longer again. Isn't that nice? We'll start gaining some daylight in a couple of weeks.
That's a glass half full observation.
Yeah,
good for you.
That's what we're looking for, right?
100%.
A little positivity once in a while. It comes in handy, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
So there, you can at least rest assured on that one. When we come back in our pregame report, we'll take a look at our keys for the game and our also tools for the game. Our pregame report is brought to you tonight by Area Community Credit Union, where your memberships matter. 2800 South Washington Street in Grand Forks. That's 2800 South Washington. See the really solid interest rates they have. Even though the Fed has been raising interest rates, they have some great interest rate specials, RVs, new vehicles, new types of things like ATVs and UTVs, boats, the things that you really want to have in order to get the next year started well. Stop and see Area Community Credit Union and find out more. We're going to take a pause in our pregame report. When we come back, keys for the game, tools for the game as we get ready for Gambucci Cup hockey tonight at Civic Center Arena in East Grand Forks. It's the Green Wave hosting the Central Knights tonight. This is high school hockey on the Rivard's Turf and Forage Walls Medicine Center Sports Network in KNOX Sports.
Hi, this is Mike with Rivard's Turf and Forage in Grand Forks. Rivard's is ready for winter with our full lineup of professional ice melters. If you have parking lots, sidewalks, or a public area to keep ice and snow free this winter, Rivard's can help. Our granular ice melters provide a quick and powerful meltdown of snow and ice. When applied properly, they are less harmful to carpets, floors, grass, trees, or other vegetation. Also reduce damage to wood and concrete. For more information on Rivard's Turf and Forage and our ice melt products, please check us out at rivards.com.
When you buy some of the best-selling equipment in America, the relationship doesn't just end at the showroom floor. You become part of something bigger, a dedicated parts and service team that'll keep you productive from day one. Equipment backed by our standard warranty and the Orange Protection Program for extended peace of mind. And a Kubota family that has your back every step of the way. Ask about how we can keep your Kubota running like a Kubota. See the full line of Kubota at Acme Equipment on Gateway Drive, Grand Forks. Do your best work.
Tyler here from Valandry Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing. We have provided dependable and guaranteed services since 1935. Comfort without compromise, backed by our 100% satisfaction guarantee, the Valandry Advantage. Visit govalandrys.com and you too can have the Valandry Advantage too.
Franzen Bank and Trust is a financial resource for all types of businesses. They have all the loan programs, including SBA, deposit products, and treasury management. See what Franzen Bank can do for you. Call 780-7700 or franzenbank.com.
Skating season is here. Hockey World in Grand Forks is stocked and ready. Protective equipment, sticks and bags, helmets and gloves. A huge selection of new and reconditioned skates to buy or lease from all your favorite brands. Jarrell's and Hockey World, 1004 South Washington, Grand Forks.
Sunday brunch is back this Sunday at Eagles Crest Grill. Eggs, French toast, blueberry pancakes, sausage links, and ham every Sunday from 9 to 2. Adult meals are $13.99. Kids 11 to 4, $6.99, and kids under 3 are free. Forget the dishes. Come on out to Sunday brunch at the Eagles Crest Grill.
How well do you know your personal health scoreboard? Regular screenings with Altru's care team can detect illness before symptoms begin, including keeping track of your blood pressure, cholesterol, and more. Know your numbers. To schedule an appointment, visit altru.org or call 701-780-5000.
Building a new home or getting ready for a remodel? Protect your investment with a water softener from High Plains Water. It can prevent scaling of fixtures and keep soap scum from building up. Protect your home and your family with High Plains Water by your side. Visit them online at highplainswater.com.
Welcome back to Green Wave and Knights hockey tonight from East Grand Forks Civic Center Arena as we continue with our Area Community Credit Union pregame report this evening on the Walls Medicine Center, Rivard's Turf and Forage Sports Network. Ryan Cunningham, Ryan Kuntz with you tonight from Civic Center Arena for Game 1 of the Gambucci Cup Series featuring the East Grand Forks Green Wave, the Grand Forks Central Knights. It'll be the first of the series that the three teams in the greater Grand Forks area, East Grand Forks, Central, and Red River, will play against one another tonight. And let's take a look, first of all, at what that Gambucci Cup schedule looks like. For those of you watching on our video stream tonight, you can see that right now. Again, we're at KNOX TV. Go to our website, knoxradio.com. That's knoxradio.com, and you'll be able to find our video stream for tonight's matchup. It is currently located on knoxradio.com under the Sports tab. On the drop-down menu, you'll see KNOX Live Sports, and you'll be able to catch up with what goes on there. So tonight, you can see the first game of the series, Central here at East Grand Forks. The next game in the series will be between Grand Forks Central and Grand Forks Red River. That'll be a week from tonight, and that matchup will be at Eagles Arena. And then there will be one more matchup in this series before Christmas, and that's going to be Red River taking on East Grand Forks. That'll also be at Eagles Arena. Then they break, and the rest of the matchups come up after Christmas. The last one of the year are these two teams, and they're not going to get it decided until Groundhog's Day, and it's probably going to be a situation where it might take that long this year to figure out who's going to come out of this series victorious. Grand Forks Red River has had a couple of nice outings, including an overtime win over Fargo North. East Grand Forks has that win over Delano, and they played a couple of top teams very strongly. And so I would expect, Ryan, it's going to be a rather competitive Gambucci Cup series all the way through.
Yeah, I guess from what I've seen so far, I think any of these teams can beat any of these teams. I think every team's got some strengths. I think every team's got some question marks, especially early, and maybe by the time we get to those late February games, we'll have some answers. But, yeah, I think this is going to be, 6 great games or whatever it is.
Absolutely. So for those of you listening tonight, Gambucci Cup Series looks like this. Central here at East Grand Forks tonight. On the 15th of December, a week from tonight, it'll be Red River at Central. And then on the 22nd, 2 weeks from tonight, right before we go on Christmas break, it'll be East Grand Forks at Grand Forks Red River. When we come back right away on the 3rd of January, it'll be Red River at East Grand Forks. On the 24th of January, it'll be Red River at Central. And then Central will finish at home with East Grand Forks on the 2nd of February, and that is the complete Gambucci Cup schedule this year. It goes by points. And if I remember right, they use the same point scoring total as they do in the North Dakota standings. So you get 3 for a victory. You get 2 if you win in overtime. You get 1 if you lose in overtime. Top number of points ends up bringing home the Gambucci Cup trophy, which, by the way, is sponsored by KNOX. We actually sponsor the Gambucci Cup trophy. We're happy to do it. So look at the Gambucci Cup series. When we come back, we'll take a look at those keys for the game and our tools for the game tonight as Central and East Grand Forks renew their rivalry this evening. Our pregame report brought to you by Area Community Credit Union continues in just a couple of moments. This is Green Wave Hockey with Central, Knights Hockey with East Grand Forks on the Walls Medicine Center. Rivard's Turf and Forage Sports Network from KNOX Sports.
How about this holiday season? You skip the traditional meal and have a gourmet pizza from Pizza. And pick up a $50 gift card stocking stuffer while you're there. If you do that, you receive a $10 certificate with every $50 purchase. For dine-in, delivery, or pickup, go to pizzashop.com.
Experience, time-tested values, and award-winning service. These are just 3 components you will get when you call Bergstrom Electric for your next project. As Bergstrom Electric continues serving the region, our expertise with large projects and day-to-day service with homeowners reflects the confidence our customers have in our company and in our work. They say the little things mean a lot. I believe that. At Bergstrom Electric, the light does shine bright.
Santa here to tell you that when the milk cooler is running warm at the North Pole, I call Absolute Refrigeration to get it fixed. Cassie and Grace are on the nice list for always answering my questions. Absolutely. Absolute Refrigeration, for when keeping cool matters most.
Nate from the Golf Center here, the man with the fancy shoes. You know when a company waits 2 years to release their driver, it's going to be special. The Titleist TSR doesn't disappoint. Longer, faster, straighter, with an innovation straight from NASA. Schedule your fitting today at the Golf Center.
Hope Church. Discover community. Find hope. Experience God. Hope Church invites you to join them for Sunday services at 9 a.m., 10:30 a.m., and 6 p.m. or watch live at 9 a.m. and 10:30 a.m. For more information, visit gfhope.org.
We are your flu shot headquarters in Grand Forks, and the best way to prevent being sick is getting ahead of it with a vaccination. Hello, this is Cody with Walls Medicine Center. It is flu season, and we offer walk-in flu shots anytime. Don't wait to get sick this season and then wish you got the flu shot after. Shorten your sick time and its severity with a flu shot from Walls Medicine Center. It really is that simple. So be proactive, not reactive, with a flu vaccine from Walls Medicine Center. For more info, go to wallsrx.com. Walls Medicine Center, Grand Forks' vaccination headquarters.
Welcome back to Civic Center Arena. It's Green Wave Hockey and Knights Hockey tonight. East Grand Forks hosting Grand Forks Central this evening on the Walls Medicine Center, Rivard's Turf and Forage Sports Network, and KNOX Sports as we continue with our Area Community Credit Union pregame report tonight, presented again by Area Community Credit Union. When your memberships matter, they matter at Area Community Credit Union. See them for some great interest rates that they have on the things that you want to get your hands on for next year. Boats, RVs, new vehicles, ATVs, UTVs. Sometimes their interest rates can be better than what you're finding in a dealership, and that gives you the path to get to those items. Area Community Credit Union bringing you our pregame report tonight. Let's take a look at our tools for the game this evening. They're brought to you by Acme Tools. Of course, you can find Acme Tools and Acme Equipment with their large tools on their lot right across from Simplot on Gateway and Grand Forks. No matter the size, big or small, they have you covered. Scissor lifts, they've got diggers, loaders, skid steer loaders, any size that you need for your operation. And then, of course, the smaller tools at their tool store. North Washington, a couple of blocks south of Gateway. If you're a do-it-yourselfer, they've got any power tool you need for your project. And they also have the service department to make it run again. Acme Equipment and Acme Tools, your Kubota dealers in Grand Forks. And the first thing that jumps off the page for those of you watching tonight on KNOX TV, and again, a video stream available, go to knoxradio.com and take a look at Live Sports, the drop-down menu. Go ahead and just click on Live Sports, and you're going to be taken to the page for the stream. Just go ahead and start the stream, and you can join us. And Ryan, the first thing that jumps off the page, you can see that, yeah, there are some scorers for Grand Forks Central, but East Grand Forks as a unit has just had more success offensively this year.
They do, and if you look at that Central list, there's a name missing that's shocking. It's Colton Bjorge's not on that list. I don't think he has a goal yet. I think he's got 2 assists.
Yeah.
And he's a guy who, if Central's going to go anywhere and do anything, he needs to be a catalyst offensively pretty much every night for this team. Because he has the ability to do that. So hopefully he gets it going here soon, because he's capable of doing really good things offensively.
With a good bit of scoring against Crookston the other night, East Grand Forks has some pretty respectable marks on this list. You can see Brock Schultz with 6 points, 3 goals, 3 assists. Grady Magner, 3 goals, 2 assists, and 5 points. And, Caleb Schmiederberg and Jace Van Epps, we expected things out of Caleb Schmiederberg. Jace Van Epps, though, was living up to some expectations. He's a youngster out there, but he's getting into some offensive plays for the Green Wave.
Yeah, and like I said, when you look at this East Side roster, I mean, there's some depth in that forward group. I mean, down to the third line, right? I mean, there's some names you're like, oh yeah, him, and so yeah, they're dangerous offensively, I think, in a lot of different areas.
We'll take a look at our keys for the game. Our keys for the game tonight are presented by Jarrell Sports Center on South Washington and Grand Forks. Stop in and see what's new for the season at Jarrell Sports Center. And I'll tell you what, folks, now that I've got a kid in hockey, I can just tell you that Jarrell Sports Center has had what we're looking for the first night. They told us you're going to need this, you're going to need this, you're going to need some hockey tape, you're going to need these pants, they said, that have some Velcro that hold up the socks.
Yep.
And my wife came to Grand Forks, went to Jarrell Sports Center. She was in and out in no time and had exactly what she needed. So now that I've got a kid playing the game, Ryan, I begin to truly understand.
Testimonial. It's not just an ad read anymore. It's a testimonial at this point.
Absolutely it is. You bet. The keys to the game tonight for East Grand Forks: get to the gritty areas and transition quickly, get fast. I mentioned this. I believe they've got a speed advantage over Grand Forks Central, and this team can transition a little bit. And I think that's important for East Grand Forks. Put some pressure on as soon as you can get it out of your own end.
Yeah, a transitional game in today's game is so important. So the team that wins that and controls, I've said this many times, the team controls the blue lines in between that, they win the game. And transition is huge, and you can get a lot of free opportunities off of quick transitions.
And for Grand Forks Central tonight, all 51 minutes. The first night, a few nights when I saw them last week when they played against Fargo South Shanley, they dominated South Shanley in the opening period. They were down 1-0, but they had a very good first period, and then that momentum just sort of went away. So they've got to play a complete game and then avoid the big mistakes. It's easy to say, but in the game that they played against South Shanley, they gave up 3 goals. 2 of them were on big mistakes, a defensive breakdown, a goalie coming out of the crease. Those types of things, you're going to get scored on in those situations, and without a lot of offense, you really can't make those big mistakes.
Yeah, I think Central's got to look at these games and say, hey, listen, the number is 2. We got 2 goals that we can give. If we can do that, we're going to give ourselves a chance.
So let's take a look at those keys and how they play out tonight with our Keys to the Game, brought to you by Jarrell Sports Center. We'll continue with our Area Community Credit Union pregame report in just a couple of moments. We've got our starting lineups on the way here this evening as the skaters come onto the ice, at least the cheerleading side of things, and we'll see our skaters coming out. Our national anthem is on the way as well. From East Grand Forks Civic Center Arena tonight, it's Green Wave and Knights hockey and the Gambucci Cup standings get started tonight here on the Walls Medicine Center. Rivard's Turf and Forge Sports Network from KNOX Sports.
You remember where you got your first pair of skates as a kid? For most of us in the Grand Cities, it was Jarrell's and Hockey World on South Washington. After you learned to skate, back to Jarrell's to get your first stick and a puck, then all your pads, top to bottom. Jarrell's and Hockey World, 1004 South Washington, Grand Forks.
It's that time of year where you farmers up and down the valley are going to put hours on end in your truck, tractor, or combine seat. If that seat could talk, it might say, "Help!" Hi, this is Carmen from Finest Auto Trim, and if your favorite seat on the farm has cracks, holes, or the duct tape is taking it over, bring it in to Finest Auto Trim. We can match most colors or change it up for you. We can make your seat come back to life, and you can use that duct tape somewhere else on the farm. Give us a call or stop in at our shop, 2201 Demers Avenue. Finest Auto Trim, big or small, we cover it all.
Hi, Josh Bloomberg, PS Garage Doors. Today the PS stands for Peaceful Season. With everything going on today, take the time to enjoy the wonderful holiday season with all the great food, time with family, some amazing Christmas music, and all the things that make the holidays peaceful. We at PS Garage Doors want to take this opportunity to thank you for your business. But most important, we want to wish everyone a very happy and safe holiday season and safe travels from the family here at PS Garage Doors. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year from PS Garage Doors. Your garage door store since 1974, where we do garage doors and more.
What do you need or want right now? Area Community Credit Union can help you get whatever it is you want. Vehicle, furniture, a home loan, or maybe you need help with a wedding. Contact the professionals at Area Community Credit for solutions. Federally insured by NCUA. Sunday brunch is back this Sunday at Eagles Crest Grill. Eggs, French toast, blueberry pancakes, sausage links, and ham every Sunday from 9 to 2. Adult meals are $13.99. Kids 11 to 4, $6.99, and kids under 3 are free. Forget the dishes. Come on out to Sunday brunch at the Eagles Crest Grill.
High Plains Water of Grand Forks will improve your quality of life. From softer skin, clothes, and more luxurious hair. Treat yourself to a water softener from High Plains. 416 Gateway Drive or online at highplainswater.com.
If you're a home seller, a first-time buyer, moving up, smart sizing, leasing, or relocating, Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Family Realty is there for you, assisting you through the entire process, providing outstanding service with outstanding results. Call 746-0303 today.
Welcome back to East Grand Forks Civic Center Arena tonight as East Grand Forks and Grand Forks Central get set to play. One quick note for tonight's matchup that's worth mentioning. I want to show you this. Ryan Kuntz was handed this teddy bear at the door tonight. Now, apparently tonight they're going to have a teddy bear toss, and you've heard about this happening before, where we throw some teddy bears on the ice and they collect them and give them as gifts to some kids that are a bit less fortunate in the area tonight. So they're handing these things out tonight, and that's cool. Ryan was wondering if he's going to be able to clear the glass. I think he's going to be able to with this little guy, and this is going to end up in the hands of some child that could really use it. That's kind of a cool effort that they're going to have tonight. I don't know, Ryan, do you think you can make it onto the ice this evening with this thing?
I get close.
Okay.
I can at least get to the penalty box.
All right. Get to the penalty box.
From there, they'll just dump it over for me.
Starting lineups tonight are brought to you by Franson Bank and Trust. Real people, real results. FransonBank.com, member FDIC. For the Green Wave of East Grand Forks, who are the home team tonight, starting defensive pair should be Grady Magner and Sam Frost. The starting first line, Brock Schultz in the middle with Landon Jameson on his left wing, Chase Moe on his right wing. Brock Schultz 7 points, Landon Jameson 6 points, Grady Magner 5, and Sam Frost 6 defensively. For Grand Forks Central tonight, starting defensive pair, Wyatt Walkenfoos, who has not yet scored, Cale Kwame will be on his right tonight as far as a defensive pair. Starting first line, Colton Bjerge in the middle with 2 assists, but as Ryan mentioned, no goals as of yet for Colton Bjerge. That's going to have to change. Donovan Bollock on his left wing, Mac Blue on his right wing as this team tries to add a little bit of depth down the stretch. Those are your starting lineups for tonight. And then, of course, the real question mark is going to be who plays in the net tonight for both teams, as both teams have a couple of different options. And for Grand Forks Central, I'm going to borrow this from you for a minute, Ryan. Apologies for that. Grand Forks Central is going to go with Jackson Washburn, who is probably the odds-on favorite for that decision tonight. So Jackson Washburn will go in goal tonight. And you know what? If Central's going to win some games, they're really going to need a big result out of Jackson Washburn every night.
Yeah, I think, and to be honest with you, Ryan, I think when the season's all said and done, I think Preston and Jackson are probably going to end up with probably a handful of starts each. So
yeah.
And then when we get to tournament time, I'm sure they'll make the decision on who goes from there. But
Grand Forks Central will have Chase Merrow in the net tonight. Or actually East Grand Forks, rather, will go with Chase Merrow in the net tonight. And that will complete our starting lineups for tonight's matchup. Chase Merrow will go between the pipes for the Green Wave, and we'll see Jackson Washburn between the pipes for Grand Forks Central tonight. That'll take us to our next pause. We'll pause for our national anthem, and when we come back, we'll get this one started tonight as the Gambucci Cup Series starts tonight at East Grand Forks Civic Center Arena. It's the Green Wave and the Knights on the Walls Medicine Center. Brevard's Turf and Forage Sports Network from KNOX Sports.
When you're ready to build your next home that will last a lifetime of celebrations with your team, give Applegren a call. They know a house is made a home by the people and the stories that take place in them. That's why Applegren Construction builds homes around what truly matters. Visit ApplegrenHomes.com.
When you think breakfast, you think Perkins Restaurant. Whether you keep it simple with a fresh-baked mammoth muffin and coffee, or you go all out and try the tremendous 12 breakfast, Perkins Restaurant is your breakfast place. Perkins Restaurant and a great breakfast make the perfect team.
Bill Thompson and Associates are on the job providing crop insurance, tax, and related service for farmers, businesses, individuals, and families since 1989. Bill Thompson and Associates, Warren and East Grand Forks.
American Crystal Sugar Company invests in you to promote your career advancement. We're hiring full-time, year-round positions now with great pay and benefits, including time off available from day one. Hey, apply online today.
Preparations for the holidays is always draining on everyone. Hello, this is Chad with RBB Electric. From having too many roasters of delicious turkey plugged into one outlet, or having your cousin Andrew go full Griswold on your house with the lights and full Santa display on the roof, don't overload those outlets. Have RBB Electric come to add extras and put them in the perfect spots, because no one wants to see a 12-foot crispy Kringle smoldering on your roof. Happy holidays from all of us at RBB Electric.
RBB Electric. Nate from the Golf Center here, the man with the fancy shoes. It's that time to start your Christmas list or start checking gifts off your hard-to-buy for family and friends. We will help find the perfect item or gift cards always available at the Golf Center, where your game begins.
Paying for prescriptions is a serious concern for a lot of people. We are here to help you with MedD coverage. Hello, this is Cody with Walls Medicine Center. If you don't have prescription insurance, we can help you choose a plan or make changes to your current plan. Don't let a premium increase or drug cost change surprise you. Stop into Walls Medicine Center to let us help you with every step of your MedD journey. We want to help. For MedD coverage help, go to wallsrx.com or stop in anytime to review your plan. Walls Medicine Center, Grand Forks' MedD experts.
Welcome back to East Grand Forks Civic Center Arena. It's coverage of Green Wave and Knights hockey tonight on the Walls Medicine Center, Brevard's Turf and Forage Sports Network. Thank you for joining us tonight for our Area Community Credit Union pregame report. And now we get set for the face-off in the first of the Gambucci Cup Series tonight. Ryan Cunningham, Ryan Kuntz with you. For East Grand Forks, they're going to want to get up and down fast in their home arena, and they think they have a speed advantage. So I think the first 4 or 5 minutes of the game, Ryan, probably pretty important for Central tonight.
Yeah, plus this building is a nightmare to play in. Some of my worst hockey memories are in this facility. So get going early, get the crowd into it, get this building buzzing, because when it is tough to play in.
You know, a Red River kid would say something like that, right?
Yeah, I mean, my whole life, even before that, just youth hockey, never won anything here.
Well, there's a reason for that. They play some pretty good hockey around here once in a while, right? All right, we get ready to go. Just one caution for those of you watching tonight on KNOXradio.com on our KNOX TV stream. Every once in a while, our scoreboard will get a little bit behind. We'll be correcting that throughout the course of the night, so don't get too jumpy if you start to see the seconds go the wrong way and that type of thing, because we're just looking to make sure that we can give you a rough estimate of what's going on here tonight. But we get ready for the face-off. Colton Bierge takes the draw and wins it for Grand Forks Central, and we are underway with hockey tonight in the Gambucci Cup Series. Bierge controlling it on the Grand Forks Central line and gains the offensive end, drives it down the far wall. It's landed behind the net. A chase back to get it for Cullen Schmaltz, who will play it back towards the near side. Walkenfu steps up from the left point to hold it in. Back to Bierge in the corner. Crossing pass intended for Bollock that didn't get there. Cale Kwame tries to pick up the loose puck on the far wall. Some good pressure early from Grand Forks Central, and the puck is flooded by the Green Wave back out into the neutral zone. And now chase is given by Brock Schultz against Wyatt Walkenfus back into the East Grand Forks zone. Rather, the central zone. Puck back into the neutral zone now. Grady Magner picks it up along the checkered line. Comes back near side. Sam Frost looks to dump it in. Held up near point. Good piece of hockey there, skating in to get that one for, I believe, Wyatt Walkenfus on the end of his shift here. Walkenfus actually chasing it back. It goes back to Dallas Gibbs into the far corner for Central. And now the Knights trying to play it out against some pressure from the Green Wave after Central had some pretty good pressure to get things started. Near side wall. This puck spun back down the boards by Magner and gives it a chase back to the far wall. Now Jace Forey stepping in. Forey engaged Seidel up against it on the wall. We see Walkenfus take a bit of a bump and go down, and it's pulled out by Seidel. He'll send it back towards the left point, and Magner can't hold the zone. Gets back over his stick and back into the neutral zone. Bryce Philpott giving chase. A loose puck back into the central end, and the Green Wave want to change up. A minute and a half into the matchup, and we are scoreless on our scoreboard. Brought to you tonight by All True here at East Grand Forks Civic Center Arena. Turnover by the Green Wave. Cooper Hill's trying to find an opening. Quick shot left side on a wrister by Jace Van Epps. It's kicked away. Jackson Washburn having to face a shot at near point blank range. The puck will come loose towards the near side wall. The Knights with Caden Johansson getting to the puck. Try to send it down the boards. Hunter Barnson corrals this back on the East Grand Forks line. Sends it back into the central zone. Now it's Jacob Grishevsky trying to send this up into the neutral end. Loose far wall. Long rush to get to it for Dylan Lamont. Third line out there for Central. Dallas Gibbs trying to rotate it along the left side boards. Made it back as far as the point. Now the Knights break out with it. Rylan Hoffman coming up the ice momentarily 3-on-2. Drops it off to Lamont, and Lamont took a big hit from defenseman Judd Pesch. That ends up knocking him to the ice. The Knights try to hold the offensive end, though, and Jacob Grishevsky comes up on the near side boards. Sends it down the wall towards Hoffman, and now Lamont. Lamont trying to curl back towards the net. Looks in front for traffic. Nothing there. Backhand dumps it back into the corner. A rush for Rylan Hoffman to get there against some pressure from Hunter Barnson. Works back right side. A wrister by Hoffman into traffic. It's loose right in front of Chase Merrill. Merrill goes down to get it. We've got some pushing and shoving as the net comes off its pegs. Both teams with some pretty good pressure there in the early going, Ryan. Nobody scores.
And that was a physical, 3 minutes that we just saw right there?
It was.
Everyone was hitting everybody. But that last little sequence, that's exactly what Central needs to do. Come off the wall, come out of the corner, quick shot on net, and then just send everyone there. Manufacture some chances.
Colton Bierge off the draw sends one towards the net. That'll be deflected up into the crowd, and we'll draw again with 14-16 officially left to go. Bierge getting anxious. You can see a little extra jump in his game. He knows he hasn't scored a goal yet, Ryan.
Yeah, well, I mean, and in games like this, too, when the intensity ratchets up, he goes with it.
And he is an intense guy. Colton Bierge ends up knocking the drop against the wall. Back to get it for the Green Wave was Cole Beese, and Beese will rotate it back out into the neutral zone. Backing up Walkenfus, goes to the far wall. Cullen Schmaltz steps up in the offensive end. I believe an offside call is going to shut us down with 14:05 left to go here in the opening period. Still scoreless on our scoreboard, brought to you by All True, and we'll bring it back out onto the central line for a draw.
Yeah, Wyatt Walkenfus back out there. He didn't get off that first shift until 15 minutes, so he was out there for 2 minutes before he was able to get off, and he's right back out.
Yeah, and they had changed Dallas Gibbs out of that unit, so you could tell they were trying to get him off the ice, but he didn't really have a good option. He had to play a lot of puck that time and couldn't get away from it. Loose puck near side, and it'll be forced back down the ice by Cullen Schmaltz for the Green Wave, and now the Knights end up vacating their net. Jackson Washburn, who really gets aggressive outside of his crease, left an opening there, but the Green Wave did not capitalize. Donovan Bollock back up into the offensive end. He's guided into the far, actually near wall by Schmaltz, and now a little 2-on-2 pushing and shoving game as Brock Schultz jumps in looking for control. This will be Cole Beast that comes away with it for the Green Wave. He plays it back to center for Landon Jamison. Jamison coming up the near wall, drops it off for Schultz. A blast that goes into the far corner. Loose puck chased down by Jace Forey as the Green Wave are amidst a change. Forey will turn it back out to the point. point. Grady Magner, wrister into traffic, knocked down by a blocker out in front. That was Walkenfuss that deflected it. He plays it back into the neutral zone, and it's caught by Sam Frost on the checkered line, who engages with Donovan Bollock on the near side wall in a physical game for control. Walkenfuss dumps the puck as Magner goes to get it. Central to make a change. East Grand Forks trying to transition out of it. Jace Forey takes a long stretch pass into the neutral zone, but no Green Wave available to complete the offensive pursuit. Loose to the far side. Bryce Philpott coming away with the puck for Central. Brings it back out as far as the line. He got tangled up with Jace Forey. Forey tried to force it back in. Gershevsky coming up with a touch for the Knights. Plays it back to center. Cole Barta coming up the ice. Got turned around on a poke check by Magner. Magner takes a body blow from Philpott, but got it rink wide. Near side to the near wall for Caleb Schmiederberg, who comes skating in. Schmiederberg got turned around by Gibbs. Comes back to Frost on the right side point. Into traffic and a touch by Gage Seidel. Right where the Green Wave want to be. It ends up going wide, and the Green Wave are not able to hold the zone. And on top of it, we're going to see a whistle, and I believe my broadcast partner has seen too many men on the ice. Is that correct?
That is the call. One coming off, one going on. The guy coming off happened to touch the puck.
So a power play coming up for Grand Forks Central, brought to you by RBB Electric, here for all of your home electrical projects. As East Grand Forks will take a penalty for too many men. Time of the penalty will be at 4 minutes and 40 seconds. And so the Green Wave will give up a power play opportunity to the Knights. And Central, the man advantage, looking for the first goal of the Gambucci Cup Series. Puck loose to Beast in the far corner, taken down by Philpott. Rylan Hoffman against the end wall, back to Philpott in the corner. Philpott stepping away, turning both directions, coming back, looking for Hoffman parked out in front. It was deflected. Good piece of defense by Cole Beast to keep that away from traffic. Philpott looking back to Hoffman in the corner. Brock Schultz steps up on the penalty kill, comes up with a nice clear.
Really aggressive penalty kill by East Grand Forks here.
They had a very good run on the penalty kill when we saw them down in central Minnesota against Gentry Academy and Delano. Tyler Palmasino sort of shook it off and said, you know what, don't worry about it. It's easier to kill penalties. And now here's a breakaway by Grady Magner in on himself, and he goes to the backhand side and ends up sending it wide as Washburn came out to confront him. But Grady Magner coming up ice on the penalty kill with a grade A shorthanded opportunity. Rylan Hoffman will force it back into the corner. Sam Frost to pick it up for the Green Wave. Down to a minute to go on the power play clock for Grand Forks Central, and not a whole lot to show for it. To complete that thought, Palmasino said, yeah, it's easy to kill penalties in the early part of the season. Well, right now they're killing this one pretty well 6 games in. Right side, Colton Bierge coming up ice. Tries a wrister from the right wing and ends up knocking it wide. Dallas Gibbs trying to hold the offensive edge on it. It's turned loose by Hunter Barnson on a backhand play. And then again we'll clear it with 35 seconds left of the man advantage for Central. Shots are 3-2 in favor of East Grand Forks despite the power play opportunity now for the Knights. The Knights coming up into the offensive end. It's Cale Kwame looking over towards the far corner. Step in by Walkenfuss. They put it back behind the net. Gibbs trying to get in there as well. Cole Beast tying up the puck to kill some time. Back to the near side for Kwame, who takes a blow from behind from Cooper Hills. Down to 10 seconds left of the power play for the Knights. And 10:25 to play in the opening period. The puck will skate by Gibbs. And that's going to do it for the man advantage for Central. Ryan, a pretty impressive penalty kill for East Grand Forks.
Yeah, very impressive. They were playing like it was 5-on-5. They were going after every puck.
Caden Johansson with a wrister right at the end of the man advantage that goes wide, and now the Green Wave try to rally to the puck in their own end. We're scoreless with 10 minutes to play opening period on our all-true scoreboard. Coming up ice and stopping right in front of the line is Chase Moe for East Grand Forks. He'll turn it back to his own end. Grady Magner retreating with the puck for the Green Wave. Off the wall to Landon Jamieson. Near side, Sam Frost to a snowplow stop in front of his own line. He was confronted, and now Central getting a little pressure. Ryder Burris coming up ice to turn that puck away, and the Green Wave are struggling to come out of their own end. Chip pass to Jamieson along the far wall. He's tied up immediately by Jacob Grishevsky. It'll go into the far corner loose. Brody Kendall back to pick it up for the Knights. Turn back near side. Big hit coming in. Ryder Burris took a big shot from Sam Frost, and the puck ends up back on the Green Wave line. Loose to the near wall where it's taken up by Chase Moe. He can't hold it. Rylan Hoffman comes away. Near side, Cole Barta into the corner, being chased down by Cullen Schmaltz. Schmaltz trying to hold Barta up against the boards. Now a pair of men for each team. Brock Schultz, Rylan Hoffman stepping in for a little bit more control as we approach the halfway point to the opening period. Puck loose to Cade Linseth. He's listed as the 10th forward tonight for the Knights. To the near point, Walkenfuss rolls one into the far corner. Schmiederberg over to pick it up. Tries to pitchfork this into the neutral zone. Does. This is going to float and float. No icing here. Wackenfuss goes back to cut it off. Stretch pass to Ryland Hoffman to the neutral zone. And Hoffman dealt out a hit on the end of that dump and chase to Jace Forey, taking him away. Down 8:40 left to go, opening period. We are scoreless on the All True scoreboard here at East Grand Forks Civic Center Arena in Game 1 of the Gambucci Cup Series. Again, you can join us for video coverage tonight. Our video stream active at KNOXradio.com. Look underneath KNOX Live Sports and start the stream tonight. Wackenfuss, puck bounces over his stick in the far corner. A turnaround there, and Jace Van Epps comes up to put some pressure on for the Green Wave. He'll play it back to point. Taken on the point near side by Nick Corbett, part of the third defensive pair. He comes into the corner looking for Hunter Varnson. Varnson back in. Van Epps chasing over. Back to Varnson. A stop in the circle. Plays it back to center. Corbett looking back towards the far wall to Cooper Hills. Back to Corbett. Little soft wrister into the corner. Wackenfuss over to try to clear it. He cannot. Van Epps steps in. Rotates it back to the point. Cole Beast into traffic. He gets through and scores. Cole Beast coming in from the right point. There go the Teddy Bears onto the ice tonight as the first goal for East Grand Forks will net the Teddy Bears coming out. And it's 1-0 in favor of East Grand Forks on Cole Beast's wrister to get the scoring started this evening.
I'm going to try and hit Bobby Lucas in the ref with this bear. But that play started on a shot from the point. Dylan Lamont blocked the shot. And it stung him. I don't know if you saw him go right off the ice.
Right.
And they went 5-on-4 for a second. Instead of that puck getting out, that gave East Side a chance to kind of reset and almost like a power play situation. Central never recovered from that little delay, and they end up getting the goal.
Boy, look at some of those big Teddy Bears that have come onto the ice here tonight. You can see a couple of them over there, and they're still coming out. So the first goal nets the Teddy Bears tonight here at Civic Center Arena. And that was fun to watch here tonight, to watch that take place. Time of the goal will be at 9 minutes and 11 seconds of the opening period. And we're waiting for the official scoring. Cole Beast is the player that sent it in on the fifth shot of the game for East Grand Forks.
And it went to a massive humanity. I'm not sure if that got tipped or how that even went in.
And we're hearing the sponsor of the Teddy Bear toss tonight. So now they've got a good group of players. This might be the East Grand Forks Green Wave girls hockey team that's coming out to collect the Teddy Bears tonight. I'm always impressed when they do this, Ryan, at how efficient they are cleaning up the ice after all these Teddy Bears come out. But I'll tell you what, watching all that color come onto the ice tonight, that was really kind of a cool deal, wasn't it?
I actually didn't know that was the plan. That's the first goal. I mean, they didn't tell me that when they handed me the bear. They just said, here, take the bear.
I suppose they figured, Ryan, that you were smart enough to follow the leader, right?
Yeah, maybe that wasn't even the plan. Maybe someone just threw it and everyone's like, all right, let's do this. Right? Usually don't you wait for the period break? But actually that was cooler. I like that.
If the goal does go to Cole Beast, it'll be a second goal of the year. The goal comes at 9 minutes and 11 seconds of the opening period. And, Ryan, you go back to that goal. It's the exact goal that East Grand Forks wants to score, which is traffic in front of the net, take the goaltender's eyes away. Nothing flashy, just a shot on goal, right?
Yeah, you know what? I think for both teams, I mean, for any team, right? I mean, those are the kind of goals that you can control. I mean, the pretty ones, yeah, those pop up every now and then. But, I mean, getting the puck in the point, getting it through traffic, getting it on net, I mean, that's something you can easily do.
And one thing that's worth mentioning, that goal certainly not on Jackson Washburn. I think there were 7 people in front of him.
Oh, I didn't even see it go in. I don't know if you did.
I didn't, no.
Yeah, it just went into a lump of people, and we saw the light go on.
So they'll move the Teddy Bears off the ice.
That was good. That was quick. There were a couple hundred Bears out there.
Yeah, absolutely. Got a nice crowd. You know what? This is a Thursday night here in Grand Forks. We've got a great crowd for this one tonight. Here comes the official scoring, and it is Cole Beast that will get credit for the goal this evening. There will be an assist for Jace Van Epps and Hunter Varnson. So it'll be Beast from Van Epps and Varnson. The time of the goal will be at 9 minutes and 11 seconds of the opening period, and it's 1-0 in favor of East Grand Forks tonight over Grand Forks Central. So the opening goal's on the board. This becomes a pretty key sequence now for the Knights. Again, without a lot of offense, you can't really afford to go down multiple goals and chase the scoreboard, so you would think they've got to come up with the next one. Dallas Gibbs will chip it off the glass in his own end and floats it back into the central end. Long race to get to it. Donovan Bollock dropping off to Gibbs. Shot coming in. That's a tough shot to see from the point with some bodies in front, but Chase Merrill makes the save up against his chest, and we'll see a draw with 7:33 left of the opening period.
Yeah, great shot. I mean, ended up being a clear look for him at the end, but that thing started off and kind of just came through a mass of people, same thing, and then ended up hitting him in the green wave.
We get it going, and it'll be Colton Bjerge that drops this back into the corner off the draw. Schmiederberg throws a body against Jacob Grishevsky on the far side. Donovan Bollock stepping in. Cole Beast there as well. Traps it up against the wall, and now we've got a 2-on-2 effort in that far corner, looking for control of it. And a trip. Won't be called, though, in that kind of mess. Loose puck comes back out into the neutral zone, and Dallas Gibbs trying to reach out to get to it. It's being icing against East Grand Forks, and will draw with 7:08 left of the opening period.
Good pushback by Central. I mean, they were kind of starting to push back a little bit right before that goal, too. You started to see Central with a little bit of juice. That goal took the wind out of their sails a little bit. But
on the scoring on that, by the way, we mentioned Cole Beast will pick up the goal. And for Cole Beast, that'll be his second goal and his 4th point of the year. And for the others, Jace Van Epps, his second assist, 5th point. And Hunter Varnson, his 3rd assist and 3rd point of the season on the scoring on that goal. 7 minutes left opening period. We are at a 1-0 game in favor of East Grand Forks on our all-true scoreboard. And we'll see a whistle. Not sure if we saw a penalty there or not. Or did a puck just jump up and hit the webbing?
Ice. It was.
Oh, it was an icing call? All right.
Yeah, it was. Probably could have been waved off, but
I didn't see that one go across a couple of lines, but they're going to bring that back into the central zone for a draw with 6:52 left to play here in the opening period. And they put it down the far corner. This will be picked up in the far corner by Cale Kwame for East Grand Forks. Wackenfoos looking up the wall, able to find Caden Johansson. Johansson racing left side wall and ends up getting taken out as he takes a hit on the far boards. Cole Barta looking to step in and keep control of it against Cole Beast. Loose puck, Johansson a shot. Merrill has to play that away with the stick side. Beast tying up Barta into the corner. Bryce Philpott comes over to get a touch. Tries to rotate it back out. Picked up on the near side boards for the Green Wave and sent back into the neutral zone by Brock Schultz. And now the loose puck back to Philpott for East Grand Forks, or actually for Central. Wackenfoos on his own line, stepping up towards the offensive end, dumps one into the corner. Grady Magner will give chase, getting there before Ryder Burris can put the pressure on. Rotation back to Cullen Schmaltz, near side, stepping back towards the middle of the ice. Hit from behind by Ryder Burris. He ends up going down, but the puck comes back to Wyatt Wackenfoos, who steps up into the offensive end. He'll lose the puck to Cooper Hills for the Green Wave, and Hills is able to play it back to the neutral zone. Along the near boards, Jamison fights for a loose puck against Burris. Chipped up against the wall, taken back near side by Dylan Lamont. He'll dump it into the corner. Magner back to pick it up. Lamont looking for it, but it's Magner that comes away for the Green Wave. Plays to center for Brock Schultz. 3-on-2 odd men. Green Wave up into the offensive end. Jamison for Schultz, and then on the very backside, Chase Moe on a little stretch crosser. Moe couldn't get a handle on it. Jamison looking to race it down to the far corner. Puts it back behind the net. Feed out on top. They had a crasher. Now Magner from the point, and he drilled it right into Ryder Burris' skates. It's flipped back into the green, actually into the central zone. Taken back by Dallas Gibbs. He dumps it, and it goes over Chase Merrill's glove and nearly went top shelf. Merrill just completely lost that line drive.
I thought that was falling in.
I did too. And you do that as a middle infielder, you're in some trouble, right? I mean, that was just misplayed on the glove. But the Green Wave get a break on that one as it wasn't quite true. Jace Forey into the corner. This will be taken out near side by Brody Kendall for Grand Forks Central. Flip back neutral zone. Taken up by Judd Pesh. Pesh rotates back up into the offensive end. Dumps far corner. Finn Lockwood back for a touch for Grand Forks Central. Rotating back to Hoffman. Instead back to the point. Pesh able to hold it right side. This floats out into the neutral zone, and we'll see a whistle. With 4 minutes and 39 seconds left to go in the opening period. 1-0 on our all-true scoreboard. Green Wave goal for Cole Beast from the right point, the only scoring thus far.
Hand pass there on Central, so that will come all the way back to their end of the ice.
4:39 to go. Coming up in our intermission report, we'll take a complete look at the standings and rankings. For those of you that are watching on KNOX TV, you'll get an opportunity to take a look at both the top 10 as a shot from the right point comes in on Jackson Washburn. He saw it coming the entire way and was able to get to a stop on that one. We'll draw again with 4:34 to go, but you'll see the entire top 10 for Minnesota Class A hockey, and we'll give you the complete Eastern Dakota Conference scores in our drive for the title. That's coming up in our first intermission tonight, so join us for that. as we get to our intermission report, brought to you by Applegren Construction and High Plains Water. 4:20 to play in the opening period. Green Wave leading by a score of 1-0. Philpott over to cut off a puck for the Knights. Caleb Schmiedeberg fights it free, steps up in the offensive end. His wrister gets deflected by Kwame. Walkenfoos will flip it over to Philpott, far wall. Now the Knights break out with it. Johansson gets taken out. Hip check by Cullen Schmaltz, and Schmaltz plays it while down on the ice to the near wall. Walkenfoos tries to jump around him. Hunter Barneson will get on a loose puck in the Green Wave end. He comes to a stop in the corner, and then Barneson deals out a hit and takes out Cole Barta. Barta comes back for a touch on the loose puck along the left wall in the Green Wave zone. Schmaltz going across his own slot for Peace. Beast looking up far side, able to find the puck to Jace Van Epps, who will dump it in. Dallas Gibbs back to pick it up for the Knights. And now a rotation over. I think we've got a new man for Grand Forks Central on the ice tonight. If I didn't, correction, I just missed it. Well, no. It's number 14. Did they bring up Trevor Anderson from the junior varsity, not listed? Shot goes wide of the net by Magner. That was deflected, but it looks like Trevor Anderson is out there, and I believe he's playing at a forward spot right now. The Knights listed 3 lines. Whether they have an injury or not, we don't know, but we'll have to wait and see who he's replacing. Magner losing a puck to Brock Schultz. Colton Bierge gets pulled down, and boy, the Green Wave are going to see a penalty here. As you can see right away, the Central Knights thought they were going to get another power play opportunity after some contact on the far wall, and Brock Schultz is going to go in probably, well, I was going to say holding, it'll be tripping. Nonetheless, second power play opportunity of the night for the Knights.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's the worst penalty to take. I mean, Bjorgi had a step on him. Puck was out in front. It looked like he was going to break loose, and Brock Schultz tried to tie him up and ended up taking him down, but again, not the worst call because the alternative might have been a breakaway.
Time of the penalty will be at 13:53 of the first period. Power play brought to you by RBB Electric. Cale Kwame with control of the puck. Plays it down the near side wall. Looking to get after it, Dylan Lamont. Turned away from him by Caleb Schmiedeberg. Schmiedeberg goes immediately up the ice on net. Washburn will play it. Transitions behind his own net. Ryan, this feels like an opportunity Central's got to get, huh?
Yeah, they at least have to get some shots, some opportunities, do something on this power play.
Instead, they turn it over, and a drive up into the offensive end for Jace Forey. His shot knocked aside. Caden Johansson steps up in the offensive end, drops to Philpott, who waited for him to stay on side. Johansson tries to play it back to center. Magner stopped that. Rotation back to Kwame, looking at his options. Steps up against Schmiedeberg along the wall and ends up losing the puck. Schmiedeberg diving into a pair of Knights and ends up playing it through and gets it through the neutral zone. And boy, what a good penalty-killing team we've seen from the Green Wave so far tonight.
Yeah, they got 4 guys in the ice. It looks like they have 7. They're everywhere.
Yeah, they're blocking shots. They're blocking pucks. They're challenging every play. Walkenfoos, offensive end. He drags around, fires in. It's knocked down by Merrow, and more pushing and shoving in front of the net as some players end up going down. And we'll see, I believe, no harm, no foul, but a quick opportunity for Walkenfoos just dragging around a defender. At the end of the day, though, no harm, no foul. Let's play some more with the penalty at 58 seconds remaining on the Central Knights power play.
Yeah, don't sleep on Wyatt. When he comes down the left side like that and he gets moving, he's got some hands and he can shoot. That was a great opportunity to kind of create out of nothing there.
Will draw to the right of Chase Merrow. They put it down to the near wall. Cole Beast back to pick it up, flips it up into the dashers, and that will make contact with the netting. And so we'll see a draw coming up again in the Green Wave zone with 2 minutes to play in the opening period.
They got Bjorgi back at the point here. They need to find him for a good look on net here. He needs to get something to the net.
Rylan Hoffman will take the draw against Hunter Varnson. Varnson wins it, tried to play it out. He could not. It's caught by Finn Lockwood on the high slot. Flipped over towards the far wall, and it gets past Bjerg and a quick clear by the Green Wave. That was Cullen Schmaltz that put this up into the Grand Forks Central end. 1:45 left of the first period. 35 seconds left of the power play. It's 1-0 East Grand Forks over Grand Forks Central on our all-true scoreboard. Lockwood surveying his options, being chased down by Landon Jamison. Left it behind. Backhand flip near side. Here comes Colton Bjerg into the offensive end. He'll steer it down the wall. This rings back towards the right side. Lockwood on the point, able to hold it in. Knights get over there with Mac Blue trying to control the play. Lost it into the corner, and a very quick clear by Cole Beast. Back up into the central end. 10 seconds left of the power play. Jackson Washburn trying to transition, but the puck got loose of Rylan Hoffman, his intended target. Another attempt to clear by the Green Wave, knocked down. Here comes Bjerg, 3-on-2 odd man at the end. A quick shot, and Chase Merrow makes a stick save. Hoffman tries to return it with a slap shot from the left wing. That's deflected back to the far wall. We're into the final minute of the opening period. Hoffman stepping up offensive and took a big hit on the near side boards. That was delivered by Sam Frost, and that was clean. Shoulder right on sternum. Hoffman picks it up, flips it back into the end. Frost tries to play it out, comes back to center. Varnson up into the neutral zone. By the way, folks, we didn't get a clock started. My apologies. So we are down to 30 seconds left to go now in this opening period. Let's get that set up if we can. There we go. Should be pretty close. And now we'll see another penalty coming up in the corner. This one's going to go against Grand Forks Central as some action took place in the corner. And maybe the Green Wave are going to see a power play that will lap the first and second period.
Yeah.
Knights are going to see a hooking call that will go against Wyatt Walkenfuss.
Yeah, not a guy that you can afford to lose on the PK situation, too, if you're Central. So this will be a challenge.
Yeah, it's a double whammy because not only do you go down a skater, but you lose probably your top defender. Quick shot driven in from the right point that time by Cullen Schmaltz, deflected up into the netting. Down to 20 seconds left to go here in the period. And we'll see another draw coming up in the Green Wave zone. Or they're in the Central zone. East Grand Forks on the power play this time, brought to you by RBB Electric. Schmaltz steering left side to Magner. High slot, Schmaltz, traffic, deflected. That might have hit Cole Barta's skates and ends up in the crowd with 13.2 seconds left to go.
Let's go back to that hit by Sam Frost there. Holy cow.
Yeah.
That was the second or third one he's laid tonight. That was massive.
Yep. Yeah, Hoffman hadn't quite turned his head to look up ice, but it was a clean hit. You can't argue that at all.
It was clean, but it was hard.
We'll see the draw coming out. Knocked towards the high slot for Magner. Magner a problem holding on to it. Stepping back, plays it down the boards. 5 seconds left in the period. And it looks like about a minute and a half of power play time is going to end up on the other side of the intermission as East Grand Forks gets a goal in the opening period from Cole Beese. And then also gets a power play opportunity to start the second period. Shots on goal be 7-5. In favor of the Green Wave. Neither team with a lot of offense. Pretty good defense out there, but I guess, Ryan, if you're looking for a kind of a trend that continues that's not good for Central, they really struggled on offense. They had 2 opportunities in the power play in that period and couldn't get a good look going at either one of those opportunities.
No, not really. They had the Walkenfuss shot, but that was just on the rush. They had nothing set up. Really impressive penalty kill, though, by your side. We talked about it a few times, but I mean, there was pressure down low. There was pressure on the point up high. Like I don't know how the 4 guys were getting around everywhere, but they were moving.
I would say the most impressive unit the opening period was the East Grand Forks penalty kill. They didn't really lose a step. No, at all during that time. So that's going to take us to our first intermission. Our intermission report will be brought to you by Applegren Construction and High Plains Water. During the intermission, we'll take a look at those top 10 rankings in Minnesota, along with the complete standings in the Eastern Dakota Conference with Drive for the Title. And again, for those of you that are joining us out there tonight, you can catch the video stream, KNOXradio.com. Go to KNOXradio.com, your phone, your computer, or your smart TV, and you'll be able to pull that up. Just go ahead and look underneath the KNOX Live Sports feature. It's under the Sports tab. Look under Live Sports, and then start the video stream, and you'll be able to catch the remaining part of this one throughout the course of the night from Civic Center Arena. 1-0 Green Wave after a period. This is Green Wave and Knights Hockey on the Walls Medicine Center, Rivard's Turf and Forward Sports Network from KNOX Sports.
Santa here to tell you that when the milk cooler is running warm at the North Pole, I call Absolute Refrigeration to get it fixed. Cassie and Grace are on the nice list for always answering my questions. Absolutely. Absolute Refrigeration, for when keeping cool matters most.
Residents of the Midwest are known for being self-starters and getting the job done. But when it comes to electrical work, it's best to call a professional. Hi, this is Steve from Bergstrom Electric. It's true that there's a certain glory to accomplishing a task on your own, but it's our experience that not only will save you time, but also the headaches that go along with home improvement projects. A simple phone call to Bergstrom Electric can make all the difference. At Bergstrom Electric, the light does shine brighter.
Hi, Josh Grunberg, PS Garage Doors. Today the PS stands for Peaceful Season. With everything going on today, take the time to enjoy the wonderful holiday season with all the great food, time with family, some amazing Christmas music, and all the things that make the holidays peaceful. We at PS Garage Doors want to take this opportunity to thank you for your business. But most important, we want to wish everyone a very happy and safe holiday season and safe travels from the family here at PS Garage Doors. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, and Happy New Year from PS Garage Doors. Your garage door store since 1974, where we do garage doors and more.
For
over 20 years, I've helped the farming community and business owners achieve their goals. Growing up on a farm helps me to offer advisory banking products and services while providing quick, reliable advice. I'm here to help you grow too. I'm John Bodova of Franzen Bank and Trust.
Hi, this is Mike with Rivard's Turf and Forge in Grand Forks. Rivard's is ready for winter with our full lineup of professional ice melters. If you have parking lots, sidewalks, or a public area to keep ice and snow free this winter, Rivard's can help. Our granular ice melters provide a quick and powerful meltdown of snow and ice. When applied properly, they are less harmful to carpets, floors, grass, trees, or other vegetation. Also reduce damage to wood and concrete. For more information on Rivard's Turf and Forge and our ice melt products, please check us out at rivards.com.
Hello, Jenna with Budget RV. Merry Christmas! We have gifts for you with 20% off all parts now through the end of the month. Plus, stop in to register to win a $300 gazebo just in time for the holidays. Go to budgetrvgf.com or stop out. Budget RV, family fun, run and operated in Grand Forks.
If you're a home seller, a first-time buyer, moving up, smart sizing, leasing, or relocating, Berkshire Hathaway Home Services Family Realty is there for you, assisting you through the entire process, providing outstanding service with outstanding results. Call 746-0303 today.
When you buy some of the best-selling equipment in America, the relationship doesn't just end at the showroom floor. You become part of something bigger, a dedicated parts and service team that'll keep you productive from day one. Equipment backed by our standard warranty and the Orange Protection Program for extended peace of mind. And a Kubota family that has your back every step of the way. Ask about how we can keep your Kubota running like a Kubota. See the full line of Kubota at Acme Equipment on Gateway Drive, Grand Forks. Do your best work.
Welcome back to East Grand Forks Civic Center Arena tonight as we have Game 1 of the Gambucci Cup Series for you tonight on KNOX Radio and KNOX TV. Ryan Cunningham, Ryan Kuntz with you here tonight. And again, for those of you that are joining us this evening, you can catch the live video coverage of the matchup this evening from Civic Center Arena by going to our website, knoxradio.com. Look underneath the sports tab, and you'll see a KNOX live sports tab. Just click on that. The video stream will be waiting for you. Hit play. Ryan, you know what? You can do this on your smart TV nowadays, your Roku stick. You open up your browser, you go to knoxradio.com, pull up the stream. It's just like watching the NHL, only maybe not quite the quality of play-by-play broadcasters, but you know.
See, I was going to say the opposite. Say you get great local commentary. Whatever, it's fine. Guys you see around, right?
There's that. Yeah, you know, you can see us around once in a while, so at least you can have a chance to talk to us. It's not like Doc Emmerich's coming down the street to talk to you about the game tomorrow, right? I love Doc Emmerich.
I put you up there at Doc Emmerich.
Well, I love that guy. When I first started doing this, I watched just about every game I could see of his just to see how this is done at the next level.
Yeah, he can make an icing sound.
He can.
The most exciting play ever.
Yeah. And my favorite was watching him call the line brawl between the Devils and Rangers to start the game. That was.
I actually remember that game.
Oh,
they
yeah.
started their fourth lines, right?
Yeah, and then they moved the defenseman up, their enforcer, to take the draw, and from there the rest is history. 3 fights on the ice at the same time, and what did he say that night? What did Wayne Gretzky say about fights in hockey? He said, if they weren't real, I'd have been in a whole lot more of them, that kind of thing. 1-0 East Grand Forks over Grand Forks Central at the end of the opening period, as we bring you our intermission report tonight, brought to you by Applegren Construction, building homes around what truly matters. Applegren Construction knows what the housing market is like around here, and right now, multiple offers. When a house comes on the market that everybody wants, you can be outbid in a hurry. One of the best ways you can insulate yourself from that is to just simply go with newly constructed housing, and that's what Applegren Construction offers you. Take control of a project and have it from start to finish. I'm going to tell you what, Ryan, I looked at a house the other day. We had a home inspection done on it, and they told us that it would have taken $10,000 of work to secure the foundation after we bought the house. That doesn't happen with newly constructed housing. You know what I mean?
Typically not.
Every one of those stories you hear makes you call Applegren Construction. See them online, applegrenhomes.com. That's applegrenhomes.com. And High Plains Water, your source from the Upper River Valley for great water. Find out how water can turn around your quality of living in your home. And we're talking about things like drinking more water because it tastes better, softer skin, better conditioned skin, cleaner clothes, all the rest of it. High Plains Water can make that happen. They've been doing it for decades in Grand Forks. Story of this opening period, 2 power plays for Grand Forks Central, 5 total shots in the period, which is a little disappointing. The Knights really struggled to find some offense. Cole Beast with a goal from the right point. Gritty area goal, put it into traffic from the right point, and was able to get that through on Jackson Washburn. Certainly no fault of Washburn's. He had plenty of bodies out in front of him and just couldn't track the puck in. And a minute 34 of power play time for East Grand Forks to start the second period, which I think is going to be key. And here again, no goals for Central. They haven't scored in their last 2 games, so there's probably a locker room full of frustration down there right now for Grand Forks Central.
Yeah, and I think we saw kind of what we talked before the game, right? Like the South game. I mean, Central skated with East Grand Forks. That's no question, right? They can skate with East Grand Forks. Sure. They can play with them. They can do all that, just like they did with Fargo South. But no goals.
Yeah.
So these moral victories that, we can play with anybody, like those only go so far. You're right. There's probably some frustration. They just need one here, right, to kind of get that off their back, kind of feel that thing go in the net, see it go in, and kind of get rolling.
And see what happens from there. And they're missing a couple of pieces right now, so they may be different at the end of the year. Just a struggle right now for Central to get going. Lone goal, Cole Beast from the right point. As we take a look at Who Lit the Lamp, which is brought to you by Bergstrom Electric. They make the lamp and the light shine brighter. Cole Beast with his second goal of the season, 4th point on a shot from the right point. Assist to Jace Van Epps, his second, 5th point of the year, and an assist to Hunter Barneson, his third point of the season. Time of the goal at 9 minutes, 11 seconds of the period. Wyatt Walkenfuss takes a hooking penalty at 16:33. That penalty will continue into the second period. Earlier, East Grand Forks with too many men on the ice at 4:40. Brock Schultz for tripping at 13:53. Neither of those power play opportunities turned into solid offense for Central. It's 1-0 in favor of East Grand Forks at the end of the opening period of play. When we come back, we'll take a look at Drive for the Title with those complete rankings from Minnesota Class A, along with the complete standings from from North Dakota's Eastern Dakota Conference in hockey. That when we continue, it's Green Wave hockey, Central hockey. The Green Wave lead the Knights 1-0 after a period of play. Second period next on the Walls Medicine Center. Rivard's Turf and Forward Sports Network from KNOX Sports.
Thermal Air is here to keep your home or business comfortable with more than 20 years of experience. Thermal Air can handle any plumbing, heating problem, or just help you stay on top of your furnace maintenance. 740-8161 for Thermal Air.
Skating season is here. Hockey World in Grand Forks is stocked and ready. Protective equipment, sticks and bags, helmets and gloves. A huge selection of new and reconditioned skates to buy or lease from all your favorite brands. Jarrell's and Hockey World, 1004 South Washington, Grand Forks.
Trying to manage your medications can be very difficult. Did I take my pills today? How many am I supposed to take? Hello, this is Cody with Walls Medicine Center. We have taken all the guesswork out of your prescriptions because we package them for you in individually sealed packs for each day at no extra charge. No more guessing. Plus, we deliver free of charge to your home, assisted living facility, or nursing home. It's your choice where you get your meds. Choose Walls Medicine Center in Grand Forks. For more info, go to wallsrx.com. Walls Medicine Center, Grand Forks' prescription headquarters.
What do you need or want right now? Area Community Credit Union can help you get whatever it is you want. Vehicle, furniture, a home loan, or maybe you need help with a wedding. Contact the professionals at Area Community Credit for solutions. Federally insured by NCUA.
Hello, Jenna with Budget RV. Merry Christmas! We have gifts for you with 20% off all parts now through the end of the month. Plus, stop in to register to win a $300 gazebo just in time for the holidays. Go to budgetrvgf.com or stop out. Budget RV, family fun, run and operated in Grand Forks.
Welcome back to East Grand Forks Civic Center Arena. Green Wave Knights hockey tonight. It's the Gambucci Cup Series after 1. East Grand Forks leads Grand Forks Central by a score of 1-0. Our Applegren Construction, High Plains Water. Intermission report continues. Let's take a look at Drive for the Title. Drive for the Title is brought to you by Dakota Commercial, connecting people and property for nearly 35 years in the Red River Valley. And as we take a look at it tonight, for those of you watching on KNOX TV, you can see it in front of you right now on your left side. Those are the MNHockeyHub.com Class A weekly rankings. And here's the situation. The 2 losses so far this year for East Grand Forks coming to Gentry Academy, a Class A team. And Matamidi, who's ranked number 3. You look above that, they'll have a couple of soirees with War Road this year. And Hermantown is here on the 29th of December during the Christmas break.
They got a loaded schedule this year, Eastside does.
Absolutely. And, take a look. Alexandria is in Section 8 as well. And they're currently ranked 5th. So 3 of the top 5 teams in Minnesota are currently in Section 8. In the Eastern Dakota Conference standings, Fargo South Shanley boy, they've separated themselves right now. 12 points, and they already have wins over Davies, Central, and Red River. It's kind of their league this year, isn't it, Ryan?
I think it's their league. I think they're the deepest, most complete team in the state.
Red River with 8 points, Fargo North with 7, Central, Davies, and Cheyenne all with 6, and Cheyenne has the win over Grand Forks Central thus far, and that's Drive for the Title, brought to you by Dakota Commercial, connecting people and property for nearly 35 years in the Red River Valley. This starts with a power play in favor of East Grand Forks. They carried over a minute and 38 seconds of that power play, and right now they have a minute and 9 seconds left of it to go, and they're looking for some offense that would really give them an opportunity to take somewhat a commanding lead. They lead 1-0 on the All-True scoreboard. Less than a minute to go on the man advantage. Puck still in the East Grand Forks zone. Brock Schultz trying to get it out and does. Comes back towards the right side wall. Takes a look at center. Centers for Schmiederberg, and it was deflected. Schmiederberg had a chance. Couldn't get there. Cullen Schmaltz comes over to the point. Holds the puck in on the far wall. Dallas Gibbs back to get to it. Turns it back to the wall for Schultz. Dancing through the far circle. Put it back behind the net, and he's taken down behind the net by Cale Kwame. But Schultz comes away. Turns it back towards the point. A look by Schmaltz. Off to Magner, left point. Drives one in. Washburn, I think he made that save with the top of his stick, Ryan.
I'm not sure if it was going in, but that's definitely where he saved it with.
Colton Bjerge comes up the ice for Grand Forks Central, looking for a shorthanded opportunity. Gets turned around by Magner and Schmaltz. Down to 15 seconds left of the power play for East Grand Forks. At center, Magner, a little give and go, fires. There was a rebound there after Washburn kicked it away, but there was no chance for Schultz to get to it. Turned back near side by Hunter Varnson. This will be flipped back to the neutral zone, and that will bring the power play to an end. That's a big penalty kill for Grand Forks Central, and Ryan, they had to dodge a couple of bullets in the process.
Yeah, kind of the same as Central. No zone time, nothing set up, a couple chances off the rush, but they also gave up a couple on the other side.
Magner turns it over. Cole Barta centers out in front. He was looking for Philpott in the circle. Philpott couldn't contain it cleanly, and Cooper Hills comes away with the puck for East Grand Forks, turns it back into the neutral zone. Brody Kendall back to it for Central. Flips it up into the neutral zone again. That'll be cut off by Frost going back to his own line. Turns it off to the right side for Cooper Hills, who'll dump it in. Washburn takes a look, scampers back to his crease, and it floats back to the far corner. Back towards it, Brody Kendall. A turnaround on a hit. Cooper Hills tries to step in. Got it back to the point. Van Epps holds it in and will flip it up into the netting. And with 14:43 left on our All-True scoreboard in the second period, it is 1-0 in favor of the Green Wave. Timeouts tonight brought to you by Budget RV. Visit their website, budgetrvgf.com, and take a look at their inventory to find your next home away from home. Draw one by the Green Wave. Comes to the right for Schmiederberg. He's unable to hold it. This will flip back into the neutral zone. Near side, Nick Corbett over to pick it up. Corbett turns it over. Here's a rush towards the net. Played back towards Hoffman, and Chase Merrill snares one out of the air after it was taken in by Ryder Burris, forcing a quality turnover. But Chase Merrill, he hasn't made a ton of stops tonight, Ryan, but a couple of them have been a little difficult to make.
That was a really good one. That was in tight, pass from behind the net right out front, and he played it really well. And the save ended up being easy because of the job he did to get himself in position.
Puck goes back behind the Green Wave net off the draw. Judd Pesch will circle it out towards the right side. Schmiederberg coming up into the offensive end. A stop, a drive from the top of the circle. It floats back down into the far corner. Gage Seidel over to pick it up for the Green Wave. Turns it back to Hoffman instead for Central on the far wall. A battle to take this back into the neutral zone. Burris takes a hit but stays up. Then hit Judd Pesch in the head with his stick. But no harm, no foul. We'll just drive away from that. It is Section 8 after all. Walking Foose, walking back. I mean, that was right on the heel of the blade. Just, no big deal. Hoffman coming through the neutral zone, dumps it down the left wall. This will ring back towards the right in the Green Wave end. East Grand Forks back to get to it. Frost trying to turn it out. Comes back to Donovan Bollock on the right wall. Back behind the net. A chase for Mac Blue. Blue turns it back to the near side point. A drive in from the point. Knocked down by Mero Gershevsky. Got it away, and he was able to hold on with a glove and come to a stop with it with 13:39 left to go in the first period.
Another good save by Merrill through traffic. It came on him real quick, and he fought through it, saw it, and swallowed it up.
He's handled the rebounds rather well so far tonight as well. As we draw again, Schultz versus Bjerge. Bjerge tries to flip it back to the line. It's come off towards the near side and raced up ice for the Green Wave. On the far edge by Chase Moe. So flow back into the Green Wave end. Bjerge back to it. Grady Magner puts him up into the wall. Magner trying to pull it away, but he and Bjerge continue to tie up in the East Grand Forks end. Schultz spins it up into the neutral zone. Now he's got a 2-on-1 with Jamison. Lone man back, Gershevsky centering pass. It's deflected. Jacob Gershevsky got back, held his ground. Jamison comes up on the far wall. It's turned back. Seidel centers. He had Schultz there, but too strong for him. Colton Bjerge widening out towards the near wall, trying to look for an angle around Magner. Magner cut him off. Bjerge puts it up against the end wall. We'll see a whistle. Net may have come loose on a little bit of a collision up with a crossbar. 12:57 left of the second period. Again, timeouts tonight brought to you by Budget RV. Visit their website, budgetrvgf.com, and find their inventory to pick up your next home away from home. Going to bring this back out in the line. What did they call there, Ryan?
The net came off. I think Bjerge kind of, that one-on-one, he went behind the net, and I think his stick caught the net and popped it off real quick. So
they bring it out in the line instead of in the zone since you did it to the opposing net.
Yep.
Puck comes back into the neutral zone. Little chase down. This will float back near side. Cole Beast looking for it. Philpott takes an interior angle. Tripped Beast. They'll play through that as well. Goes loose to Cullen Schmaltz back behind the Green Wave net. Schmaltz spinning out near side looking for Van Ups up against the wall. He gets tied up with Cole Barta. There's a 2-on-2 pushing and shoving match there. Puck towards the near point. Turn back near side. Finn Lockwood tries to hold it in for the Knights. Comes back to Cole Beast for East Grand Forks. Beast turns it up into the neutral zone. This will float. This may be an icing call, and it will be with 12:18 left to go in the first period.
Yeah, neither team has passed up a chance to hit the other team. Not once this entire game.
But this has been a more ragged second period. There hasn't been a lot of offense in this one at all.
No, but I do like Central's got a good push here for this first 5 minutes. I kind of like what they got going on here. They just need to, again, find the net.
Coverage brought to you by our premier sports partners tonight. They include Walls Medicine Center, your vaccine headquarters in Grand Forks, and Rivard's Turf and Forage, a premium seed dealer in Grand Forks. A centering pass towards Ryder Burris coming from the near side for Cale Kwame. Ends up a bit strong and it'll pull back into the neutral zone. Kwame a touchback near side. Dylan Lamont trying to chase it down the offensive end against Grady Magner. Loose, Rylan Hoffman, high slot. Little snap shot ends up being deflected into the corner. Frost looks to pick it up. Hoffman stays with it. And now it's Magner for East Grand Forks coming out to the near side for Van Epps. Crossing pass towards the right edge. Cooper Hills can't catch up with it. Back to get it, Cale Kwame for Grand Forks Central. Off the wall to Wackenfoos. Magner picks it up in the neutral zone. Dumps it in on Jackson Washburn. That'll be deflected into the corner off the blockers. Taken by Wackenfoos towards the near side. A touch for Kwame. Ryder Burris going rink wide, finding Rylan Hoffman in the neutral zone. He was cut off by Landon Jamison. This will come back to Grady Magner in the East Grand Forks end. 1-0 in favor of East Grand Forks on our all-true scoreboard. 11:15 to play in the second period. Brock Schultz up into the offensive end. Dropping one to Jamison in the high slot. He'll turn on the wing. Magner with a chance. Drives one towards the corner. Sends it up over the crossbar. Beast will get back to it in the neutral zone on the carom. This is deflected off the high glass. Jamison a turn. Wackenfoos a touch. Now it's Schultz getting loose. He tried to center, and Schultz took a couple of hits. Now multiple men going down. Schultz comes away with it. Wrister up over the crossbar from the high slot. Wackenfoos gets turned around with Schultz in the corner. Jamison, he'll run into Donovan Bollock on the far side. And this floats back to the neutral zone. Creeping. Icing against the Knights. Or rather against Grand Forks Central with 10:40 to go in the period.
Just bodies everywhere right now.
Yeah.
Just that sequence you looked at. One time I think 4 guys were down on the ice.
It's ragged.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no... And you know what? Sometimes it is in this series, right?
Well,
that's just kind of the way it goes.
Yeah, it is a little bit of a street fight right now, but Grand Forks, East Grand Forks, that's what happens.
10:35 to play. Cole Beast looking for control. The draw on the left side wall for the Green Wave. He puts it back behind the net. Cole Barta rotates it to Dallas Gibbs for the Knights, trying to get it out of their own end. He finds Caden Johansson. Johansson drives it up into the offensive end. A turn by Jace Forey. Got cut off. Loose puck near side for Jacob Gershevsky. Schmiederberg runs into him. Seidel tries to hold a spot for the Green Wave. Back to Gershevsky in the Grand Forks Central Knights end. Philpott near end, chipping this back up into the Green Wave zone. Back to get it, Cullen Schmaltz. A turn towards the far side, pass deflected. Gibbs trying to hold the offensive end, but cannot. It'll flow back to Gershevsky on the central line for the Knights. Cole Barta skating free into the neutral zone. Toss towards Philpott, looks at a chance, drives one in a Miro, he'll deflect it. Philpott stays with the rebound, Cullen Schmaltz hit him. Then a little toss into the wall coming from Hunter Barnson up against Caden Johansson. Loose puck into the slot from Central in the corner. Taken taken away by Caleb Schmiederberg. He'll widen out, rings it down the right wall for the Green Wave. And back to get it to it, Varnson on the near side, but deflected through his legs and back into the Green Wave end. 9:30 to play, second period. 1-0 on the All-True scoreboard. Varnson has the lead for East Grand Forks, driving in, looking to extend it. Jackson Washburn got run on that play. He's fighting for a puck outside his own crease. Took one off the back of a leg as he was dragging it towards the goal line. It floats free, sent back into the neutral zone, and Nick Corbett will send it back down the wall. And Ryan, Jackson Washburn scares me when he's outside the crease, doesn't he?
At first glance, I thought that was a defenseman making that breakout pass, but no, it was a goalie. It's fine. He got it.
I mean, he just takes so many chances outside of the crease, and sometimes I wonder. I mean, do you ever talk to a guy and say, "Hey, you can't do that," or what? I mean, how do you handle that?
Goalies outside the net just kind of get me a little antsy.
Yeah, so I could see that. I mean, when you got to pull one, and you do that all the time. But 5-0, middle of the second period, pull the goalie. I mean, that's a Ryan Kuhn specialty, isn't it?
Yeah, you got to.
Except you're not down 5-0 very often.
Get back in the game.
Off the draw, East Grand Forks containing it in the offensive end. Grady Magner stepping around a defender, looking off to the right side, trying to make a connection on that right edge with Chase Moe. Moe can't handle it. Here comes Bjerge to the offensive end. Backhander goes wide of the net. He stays with it. Tries to rotate back towards the point. Kwame holds it in. Dumps it towards the net. Let's go loose, and Donovan Bollock will pick it up off the far wall. Back to the near side. Bjerge driving one in. Deflected. It's loose out in front. A tap at it by Mac Blue, and the net comes off its pegs. And we'll see a draw with 8 minutes and 20 seconds left to go in the second period. 1-0 on the All-True scoreboard.
That net.
Yeah,
popping off. I think Bjerge made a comment as he skated off the ice. I think he was frustrated. So the third time it's happened when he's been in the vicinity.
Is that Sandy in the net tonight? We'll leave that one alone, right? Walkenfuss on the left point dumps one back in behind the Green Wave net as we get restarted halfway through the second period. You know what? We've only got 18 shots in this game. It's 9 apiece. And Central's been a little bit more active as of late in the second period. They're winning a little bit more of the loose puck battles, a little bit more of the body battles, but they really haven't been able to capitalize on any sort of offensive gusto here. Cullen Schmaltz, Cole Beese, kicking around a loose puck against the end wall. Carry back out towards the far side. Schmaltz got turned around. Jamison cut him off. Schmaltz back near edge, taps it, turns it over. Rylan Hoffman with a chance, and it was deflected before it got to Merrill. The Green Wave got back defensively, and it may have been Gage Seidel that took it off the body. It floats back towards the central net on a wrister from the right side. That time coming from, I believe, Jace Forey, and it's deflected back into the neutral zone. Up ice, Landon Jamison, not Jamison, but rather Dylan Lamont for Grand Forks Central. So rotate back towards the near side. A catch on the point for Central's Brody Kendall. Kendall dumps it back into the right side for Philpott. Philpott will step it up and backhand it towards the end wall. And Nick Corbett gets back to it for East Grand Forks and tries to ring it up to Van Epps. Left out in front. Missing on a slap shot that time was Philpott. It's carried out by Hunter Varnson for the Green Wave. Varnson tries to hold the offensive edge, stays on side. Had Van Epps and lost it. Philpott will dump it up the ice. He's got Johansson with a step. Johansson floats one of the net. Here comes a penalty.
Ready for this?
They're going to call a penalty shot or just a penalty?
They call the slash.
It's going to be a slashing call coming up against East Grand Forks with 6:53 to go, and Central is going to go back on the power play. Johansson getting free. The penalty will go against Judd Pesch on the slash, and it may have been a good penalty to take. It took away a clean chance coming up the ice for Johansson.
Yeah, Caden was in. He was in, and I thought they were called that right on the edge, penalty shot-wise there.
Very close, absolutely. So
I think Central would have taken the penalty shot over the power play.
So Central is back on the power play, third time tonight. Brought to you by RBB Electric, your home and your safe place to call for all of your at-home electrical projects. Philpott out in front. Hoffman with a one-timer deflected. Loose puck comes back to Sam Frost. Here come the Green Wave on a 3-on-2 odd man despite being down a man. They lose the puck to Finn Lockwood. He turns it back to Hoffman. Tried to play it up ice. Lockwood's able to catch it on his own line and comes back into the neutral zone, and we'll see a whistle.
Just got a
hand pass against Central. Yep. Our coverage tonight is brought to you in part by Area Community Credit Union, where your memberships matter. By Budget RV. Visit their website, budgetrvgf.com, to see their inventory for your new home away from home. By Appleton Construction, building homes around what truly matters in High Plains Water, your home's clear choice for awesome water. Knights giving up an offensive zone draw to the Green Wave Grand Forks Central's power play continues for another minute and a half. They're down 1-0 on the all-true scoreboard, and Central will watch as a puck is cleared easily by Cullen Schmaltz off the glass and back into the Central zone. A look by Walkenfuss trying to rotate it up against Schmiederberg. And Ryan, this is where the penalty kill has been so good for East Grand Forks tonight. There's just no place to get away from a white jersey this evening.
No, there isn't. There's literally no space out there. They can't even enter the zone, and when they do, it's instantly shot down the ice. They have nothing going.
Cooper Hills has one poke checked off of his stick. Comes back near side for Colton Bjerge. Bjerge driving his way up the ice into the offensive end. Gets around Cole Beese. He was tripped. Oh, boy.
Oh, boy.
The Central crowd is livid, and they have a right to be. Cole Beese got a stick in that time and just took out Bjerge, and they're not going to call it. And I think they got 4 officials tonight, right? 4 officials, no one saw it. That's a tough one to not see. Bjerge coming up into the offensive end. Comes across ice, a little backhand pass deflected. Beast will dump this down the ice. And we're down to 30 seconds left in the man advantage for Grand Forks Central. And there's Washburn again outside of his crease and battling for a loose puck against Landon Jamison. You know, he's consistent. I'll give him that. Jamison comes away with the puck, tries to toe drag around Gibbs. Gibbs held it up long enough. Jamison gets back to it, floats back into the corner. Out to the point, a drive in from Frost. It bounds in the air. And here's a cycle for Central shorthanded. They're down a man, and yet they've been able to put together about 15 seconds of set offense. Hoffman comes away, plays one up the ice for Lamont. That's the end of the power play. And we're down to 4:45 left to go here in this second period of play. Central trailing 1-0 to East Grand Forks on the all-true scoreboard. Shot coming in from Magner up and over the bar. Loose puck to Schmiederberg. He'll play it back behind the net. Brock Schultz back, plays it out on top. Magner cuts it off high slot, chips off the right wall. Philpott there with a touch. Can't contain it. It goes loose again to Schultz behind the Central net. Schultz roving out, stepping away, circling back high slot. Backhand pass near side. Magner in the circle. Magner chases, lured Jackson Washburn away to create an opening. Loose puck back to the near side. A turn and fire on front, blocked by Dallas Gibbs. That was Jace Forey getting it away, but Gibbs got a stick on him to keep that from being a shot on net. Schmiederberg back into the center of the ice for East Grand Forks to Magner on the left wing. Magner gets held up. It's knocked towards the net by Ryder Burris. Burris goes down to chase it. Magner back out on top. Johansson plays off the side of the cage. Loose puck near side to Sam Frost. Down to 3:45 to play in the second. Here's a rush for East Grand Forks. Frost looking at Schmiederberg. Schmiederberg gives it back to Frost behind the net. Cole Barta holds him up. Loose puck taken back. A turn and fire by Forey from a tough angle. Steep comes back into the slot right between the hash marks. Loose to Barnson. High slot now. Rister Washburn knocks it down and covers it up. That's the first shot we've seen for East Grand Forks in a while, it seems. Stop the clock with 3:28 left of the period.
Yeah, it felt like they could have had about 5 or 6, though, on that last little run. I mean, there was that stretch for about a minute and a half where Central could not get the puck out of their zone. But in all that chaos, they did an okay job of kind of keeping Central or East side to the outside and not giving up shots.
Quick turn and fire by Hills. That goes loose into the far corner. Van Epps with it. Back out to the high slot. Rister fires and scores. It's Cole Beast for his second time tonight. Cole Beast gets loose in the high slot and had all kinds of opening in front of him. The slot was just devoid of skaters. And Cole Beast roofs one to go top shelf for his second goal tonight. And Grand Forks Central will be down 2 goals to East Grand Forks. It's now 2-0 in favor of the Green Wave.
Yeah, Washburn never saw that one. He went down to make a save and just put his glove up. Didn't even move until it hit the back of the net. He didn't even see it.
Time of the goal will be at 13 minutes and 42 seconds. Cole Beast with his second goal of the night as we wait for the official scoring. This one floated to him on the high slot. Probably one touch coming up for it. Cole Beast does get his second goal officially. There will be an assist for Hunter Barnson. That's going to be his second point tonight. And how about Jace Van Epps also? So the first time around it was Beast from Van Epps and Barnson. This time it's Beast from Barnson and Van Epps. The time of the goal at 13:42 even strength. And the Knights find themselves down by a score of 2-0 with the clock down to 2:45 left to go in the period. Coming up ice off the near side for the Green Wave was Chase Moe. Moe will turn it back towards the near side wall. Knocked away by Beast as Donovan Bollock tried to get on the move. Far side for Wyatt Walkenfuss. He dumps it to center. Here comes Bjerge. He's got an opening. One-on-one with Beast. Bjerge stick handling. Backhand side. He gets taken down, and we'll see a penalty coming up with 2:26 left of the second period. And another power play opportunity seems to be in store for Grand Forks Central. They're going to get a hooking call on Beese. Holding call on Beese.
Yeah, he kind of reached around as Bjorgi stepped around him and just grabbed him and pulled him down a little bit. But, I mean, bright spot for Central. Hunter Bjorgi is on fire right now. I mean, he is creating every shift he's out there. Like, he is playing possessed right now. He drew that penalty. He could have drawn that one on the power play that he got tripped on. He's all over the ice.
Time of the penalty will be at 14 minutes and 34 seconds, and the Knights need a goal in the worst way. This is their fourth opportunity on the power play tonight. They are 0 for 3 thus far, down 2-0 on the All-True scoreboard. Up ice, Wyatt Walkenfoos trying to set a play, goes cross ice. Apparently was looking for Dylan Lamont. That's immediately cleared by Grady Magner of East Grand Forks and dumped back into the Central end. We're down to 2 minutes to play in the period. 1:32 left of power play time for Grand Forks Central. Bjorgi gets held up, knocked away by Jamison. Back to Walkenfoos. This penalty-killing unit tonight for East Grand Forks has just smothered Central every time the Knights have had a man advantage. Gibbs out to Bjorgi at center. Brock Schultz. Oh, what a hit by Brock Schultz on the far side of the ice. I'm surprised he didn't get called for a charging on that one because he kind of left his feet, but nonetheless, big shoulder-to-shoulder hit. That will take out one of the Knights. Puck goes loose back into the Central end, and it will turn back to Rylan Hoffman in the far corner. Isn't that hit symbolic of how the night has gone for Central in the power play?
Yeah, it was Bjorgi, too, of all people, and he was frustrated with them not being able to break out. Another hit.
Rylan Hoffman coming up ice. Down men, though, as Central just struggles to gain the offensive zone on the power play. Down to 35 seconds left to go. A power play time. We approach the final minute of the period, and the Knights again are digging a puck out of their own end. Down a man. Dallas Gibbs. Breakout pass towards the right side. Able to find Mac Blue. Blue coming back towards center. Gets it back. Steep angle. Fires and it goes wide. One of the better looks that we've seen from Central tonight, and it was from a steep angle. 20 seconds left in the power play. The Green Wave clear. Back to get it to Akale Kwame for Grand Forks Central. Kwame has it deflected back to the high slot in his own end. Comes back over to the far wall, turns away from pressure. Now gathers himself and looks up ice. Comes back to Mac Blue in the right side wing. Central may have been offside. They'll play through that, however. Goes loose in front, and boy, Chase Merrill had to step up and take a tough deflection off of one of his own players' sticks. That's another nice play for Chase Merrill in the Green Wave tonight.
But yeah, back to the Bjorgi hit. He's not on the bench right now. He left. He walked in the tunnel with the trainer, but he was frustrated. They couldn't break the puck out. You could sense his frustration. You could see it on his face from here. He's trying to just make something happen, kind of put himself in a bad spot, and he got hit hard. And he was slow getting up.
25 seconds, technically 24.2 left to go in the period as we get restarted. Draw floats back into the Central end. It'll go loose at center. Barta brings it up into the offensive zone. He's down numbers. Leaves it in the far corner for Brock Schultz. Schultz will chip it off the wall, 10 seconds and counting. From a tough angle, Grishevsky left that one out in front, and Chase Merrill digging for it. East Grand Forks will clear with 1.3 seconds left.
Pull him.
Jackson Washburn's looking to the bench to say, do you want me out of the net? And Grant Paranika shakes his head in the negative and says, nope, we'll go 5-on-5. So Washburn was thinking what you were thinking. Extra attacker out there for the offensive zone draw with 1.3 seconds left, and that's the way the second period will come to a conclusion. 2 periods, 2 goals for Cole Beast tonight. A top shelf wrister for Cole Beast from the high slot, and 4 power plays come and go for Grand Forks Central without a lot of offense this evening as we make our way to our second intermission tonight here at Civic Center Arena. Intermission report brought to you by Applegren Construction, building homes around what truly matters. Find them online, applegrenhomes.com. And High Plains Water, the Northern Red River Valley's choice for awesome water. Through 2, your score here at Civic Center Arena on our All-True scoreboard is East Grand Forks 2 and Grand Forks Central nothing in the first of our Gambucci Cup Series for the season. Intermission report is on the way next. This is Green Wave and Knights Hockey on the Walls Medicine Center, Rivard's Turf and Forage Sports Network from KNOX Sports.
How well do you know your personal health scoreboard? Regular screenings with All-True's care team can detect illness before symptoms begin, including keeping track of your blood pressure, cholesterol, and more. Know your numbers. To schedule an appointment, visit alltrue.org or call 701-780-5000.
When you think breakfast, you think Perkins Restaurant. Whether you keep it simple with a fresh-baked mammoth muffin and coffee, or you go all out and try the tremendous 12 breakfast, Perkins Restaurant is your breakfast place. Perkins Restaurant and a great breakfast make the perfect team.
When you're ready to build your next home that will last a lifetime of celebrations with your team, give Applegren a call. They know a house is made a home by the people and the stories that take place in them. That's why Applegren Construction builds homes around what truly matters. Visit ApplegrenHomes.com.
The time is coming to get those planters, water trailers, and liquid fertilizer setups ready. Hello, this is Drew from Spray Advantage, and now is the time to go through your planter to make sure your pumps, tips, tanks, and lines are working properly for the next season. Spray Advantage in Grand Forks carries everything you need to get your planter, water trailer, liquid fertilizer setups working better than the day you bought it. And right now, get a 3% discount on 1550, 1750, and 3,000-gallon tanks. Spray Advantage in Grand Forks, everything you need for the spraying and application process.
Hope Church. Discover community. Find hope. Experience God. Hope Church invites you to join them for Sunday services at 9 a.m., 10:30 a.m., and 6 p.m., or watch live at 9 a.m. and 10:30 a.m. For more information, visit gfhope.org.
We wish you a brighter Christmas. We wish you a brighter Christmas.
Robin, it's Merry Christmas.
Not at RBB Electric. Christmas lights and decorations are going up all over town. Don't overload your outlets and breakers, because the last thing you want is a flaming Rudolph on top of your house. Call RBB Electric and let us position those outside outlets in the perfect spot so you don't have a reindeer barbecue this holiday season on your roof. RBB Electric, your anti-red-nosed reindeer barbecue electrician in Grand Forks, Crookston, and Fargo.
RBB Electric. When you buy some of the best-selling equipment in America, the relationship doesn't just end at the showroom floor. You become part of something bigger, a dedicated parts and service team that'll keep you productive from day one. Equipment backed by our standard warranty and the Orange Protection Program for extended peace of mind. And a Kubota family that has your back every step of the way. Ask about how we can keep your Kubota running like a Kubota. See the full line of Kubota at Acme Equipment on Gateway Drive, Grand Forks. Do your best work.
American Crystal Sugar Company invests in you to promote your career advancement. We're hiring full-time, year-round positions now with great pay and benefits, including time off available from day one. Hey, apply online today.
What do you need or want right now? Area Community Credit Union can help you get whatever it is you want. Vehicle, furniture, a home loan, or maybe you need help with a wedding. Contact the professionals at Area Community Credit for solutions. Federally insured by NCUA.
We welcome you back to our coverage of Gambucci Cup hockey tonight on the Walls Medicine Center. Rivard's Turf and Forage Sports Network from East Grand Forks, Civic Center Arena, KNOX Sports, and KNOX TV with you tonight. Ryan Cunningham and Ryan Kuntz. Again, video coverage of our matchup tonight. Go to KNOXradio.com and take a look in the drop-down menu on the top of the page. You will see the sports option, and just hover over it. You'll see the KNOX Live Sports feature. When you click on that, you'll be taken to our live sports page, and the browser is right there. Go ahead, activate that browser, and you'll get video coverage of our matchup tonight as East Grand Forks leads Grand Forks Central 2-0 after 2 periods of play. 2 goals for Colby so far tonight. The real story of the night, though, kind of remains what it was in the first period, Ryan. 2 more power plays for Grand Forks Central and next to no offense. And, you know, it's obviously a struggle for Central right now, but you got to give credit to where credit is due. East Grand Forks has really put themselves all over the ice when they're on penalty kill. There's been no opportunities against this team on the PK tonight.
No, there really hasn't. And, you know, the one thing, too, about Central, like, I honestly, in that period, I liked most of what they did, but they just misfired on so many chances. And this team can't afford to do that. I mean, there were probably 5, 6 chances they could have had, right? Chances to get chances.
Sure.
And they just kind of misfired, flubbed the puck, missed a pass, shot one wide. You know, those little things, and you know those chances add up. And now you're down 2, and it's a big ask.
Intermission report brought to you tonight by Applegren Construction, building homes around what truly matters. See what they can do for you. Go online to applegrenhomes.com. Take control of the project from start to finish. Not just the square footage and number of rooms, but cabinetry, countertops, the lighting, the flooring. Even the appliances. I mean, you choose the personal touches that make it feel like you've lived in that house forever. That's the opportunity you get with Applegren Construction. They build homes around what truly matters. Find them online, applegrenhomes.com. And High Plains Water, serving the area for nearly 50 years in the upper Red River Valley. High Plains Water, your home for awesome water. Find out what the quality of your living can turn into when you have High Plains Water in your home. Great tasting water, you'll drink more. Softer water that will make your skin softer and feel better. Cleaner laundry. All of that is what you get when you bring in High Plains Water. Intermission summary. Again, 2 more power plays, both coming in the back half of that second period. Judd Pesch for slashing, 10:07. Cole Beast for holding, 14:34. No opportunities, really good ones in that sequence. Shots on goal are 12 apiece. And with 4 power plays for Grand Forks Central tonight, you would expect them to have somewhere around maybe 20 shots on goal at this point after 2 periods, and instead 12. So it's been tough. Meanwhile, Cole Beast, 2 goals tonight, and it's the same scoring combination twice tonight. In the first period, it was Beast from Van Epps and Barnson. This time it's Cole Beast from Barnson and Van Epps. Beast, high slot, had a chance to really just stop and pick a spot. He goes top shelf, and that one goes through. Pretty good wrister by Cole Beast tonight.
He snapped that thing. That thing had some juice when it got to the net.
Really
and
good
Washburn
job.
didn't even see it again. He didn't even move on it.
Yeah, right over the shoulder. Cole Beast, his second goal tonight. And Beast on the evening now will take his total to 3 goals, 2 assists, 5 points. Hunter Vardson, a pair of apples tonight with 4 assists on the season now. And Van Epps with 3 assists on the year now, 2 more tonight, and 6 total points. And that's who lit the lamp. It's brought to you by Bergstrom Electric. They make the lamp and the light shine brighter at Bergstrom Electric. Again, Cole Beast from Hunter Vardson and Jace Van Epps at 13:42 of the period. The lone goal in the second. And that is your intermission summary, brought to you by Applegren Construction and High Plains Water. When we come back, we'll take a look at the upcoming schedule of games before we get to the Christmas break, and there's some really good ones, some very key games for both of these teams coming up. And again, find our video coverage tonight on KNOXradio.com, on our website. Take a look for KNOX Live Sports underneath the Sports tab and keep up with us. We'll show you that schedule and tell you about that schedule when we return in our intermission report this evening. 2-0 Green Wave on the All True scoreboard. This is Gambucci Cup Hockey on the Walls Medicine Center, Rivard's Turf and Forage Sports Network from KNOX Sports.
Your family deserves clean, filtered water. High Plains Water offers Millennium Drink Water System, which delivers great tasting water and also eliminates harmful impurities. Professionally installed and maintained by High Plains Water of Grand Forks. See them at highplainswater.com.
Hello, Jenna with Budget RV. Merry Christmas. We have gifts for you with 20% off all parts now through the end of the month. Plus, stop in to register to win a $300 gazebo just in time for the holidays. Go to budgetrvgf.com or stop out. Budget RV, family fun, run and operated in Grand Forks.
I'm Derek Beaudry. I'm committed to the success of my customers' businesses and farming operations. With a lifetime of farming experience, I look to be a trusted partner in their success by understanding their operations. At Franzen Bank and Trust, I'm here 24/7 to offer sound advice, competitive products, and excellent customer service.
Hi, this is Mike with Rivard's Turf and Forage in Grand Forks. Rivard's is ready for winter with our full lineup of professional ice melters. If you have parking lots, sidewalks, or a public area to keep ice and snow free this winter, Rivard's can help. Our granular ice melters provide a quick and powerful meltdown of snow and ice. When applied properly, they are less harmful to carpets, floors, grass, trees, or other vegetation. Also reduce damage to wood and concrete. For more information on Rivard's Turf and Forage and our ice melt products, please check us out at rivards.com.
If you're looking for a new job, then Hugo's is looking for you. Full-time or part-time. Simply log on to GoHugos.com and click the Employment tab for a full listing of all jobs at all stores. You'll find the perfect one for you. Fill out your application online today at GoHugos.com.
Oh, Santa here to tell you that when the milk cooler is running warm at the North Pole, I call Absolute Refrigeration to get it fixed. Cassie and Grace are on the nice list for always answering my questions. Absolutely. Absolute Refrigeration. For when keeping cool matters most.
Nothing says Christmas like an Argo ATV under your tree from Crown Auto Sales and Power Sports. Argo ATVs are priced to sell with easy financing. Get your Argo ATV today at Crown Auto Sales and Power Sports, just west of Pizza Ranch in Grand Forks.
Tyler here from Valandry Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing. We have provided dependable and guaranteed services since 1935. Comfort without compromise, backed by our 100% satisfaction guarantee, the Valandry Advantage. Visit govalandrys.com and you too can have the Valandry Advantage too.
How well do you know your personal health scoreboard? Regular screenings with Altru's care team can detect illness before symptoms begin, including keeping track of your blood pressure, cholesterol, and more. Know your numbers. To schedule an appointment, visit altru.org or call 701-780-5000.
We get ready for third period hockey tonight. Our intermission report brought to you this evening by Applegren Construction, building homes around what truly matters in High Plains Water. Your host and source for awesome water. After 2 periods, East Grand Forks leading Grand Forks Central by a score of 2-0. For those of you that are viewing tonight on KNOX TV, we'll show you the upcoming schedule of games before we get to the Christmas break. For those of you that are with us tonight on KNOX Radio, we'll tell you about these games, but as we take a look at the schedule upcoming with our race to the new year, here are the key games left for both of these teams in 2022, and as you can see, there's certainly no rest for the weary. The next one up for East Grand Forks, number 5 War Road up in the Gardens next Tuesday night. And from there, number 2 Alexandria. I believe that's incorrect. We got those reversed. I apologize. That graphic is incorrect. It's number 2 War Road, number 5 Alexandria, AA Bemidji on the 20th, and then on the 29th, number 1 Hermantown. So in the next 4 games, East Grand Forks will play a AA team, number 1, number 2, and number 5 in Class A hockey.
War Road's got that Shagaby kid. I heard he's okay.
Not bad, yeah. Yeah, they scored 7 goals against Delano in their opening game of the year. And
did or they did?
They did.
Oh.
And then Grand Forks Central at Devil's Lake next Tuesday. Grafton comes to town a couple of Thursdays from now. And then at Bismarck Legacy and at Bismarck High in Bismarck on the 27th and 28th. And I believe we are planning on bringing you those games from Bismarck Radio coming up during the Christmas break. We get started with third period hockey tonight, and Grand Forks Central finds themselves down at 2-0 as we get into this third period of hockey, and they need something big. It's been a while since they scored a goal. They haven't scored in their last 2 games. They trail 2-0 on a pair of Cole Beast goals, and so now we'll see what the Knights can do to get this third period started. Can East Grand Forks hold on and pick up a big win in the Gambucci Cup standings? A touch by Brock Schultz back into his own end. Near side of the ice, looking to dig this out is Jace Forey. Forey comes into the neutral zone. Philpott knocked it away. This will go loose to the far wall. Dallas Gibbs takes a look, goes back behind his own net, circles out towards the near side. Caden Johansson, a backhand flip into the neutral zone, but cut off immediately as Cam Kofstedt comes over. A shift for Cam Kofstedt. He may have been out in the first period as well. He's one of the 4th liners tonight, 10th or 11th forward this evening for East Grand Forks. Gibbs back near side, trying to play one up the near wall. Cut off on the point, but handled by Johansson. Cole Barta into the neutral zone, avoids a hit, kind of side-swiping around Sam Frost. Then he takes the hit, does Barta, from Grady Magner as he got back behind the goal line, extended back out towards the near side. Kofstedt looking back for control on the point in his own end. Flips it back down the wall towards Gage Seidel. 2-on-3 battle for control of the puck there. Gershevsky goes looking for it. Caleb Schmiederberg lost a stick, or he would have had a breakaway, but ends up losing his stick, so he Pele's one back to a teammate. And in the end, it goes back behind the central net. Gershevsky touching with Gibbs. Back to Gershevsky. Breakout left side. Philpott, rink wide. Coming back into the neutral zone. Gibbs a toss-up ice. That'll be defended by Merrow as it went on net. And the loose puck is picked up out in front of the net by Grady Magner. He'll steer it up the wall. Goes loose. Hunter Barnes in the neutral zone. He'll play it back to the near end for Cooper Hills. Hills looking to go rink wide for Van Epps. That's disrupted. Goes into the corner. Dylan Lamont is over for Central. And it turns back behind the central net as Dallas Gibbs rotates back over to get to it for the Knights. Backhand off the near wall. And Lamont coming up as far as the Green Wave line. Down to 14:40 to play of the third period. Still 2-0 on the All-True scoreboard. in favor of East Grand Forks. Finn Lockwood back on the checkered line, spins this back in. Merrow took a look, decides to leave it alone, comes back near side. Cooper Hills digging for control. Hoffman from a stiff angle ends up sending that one back behind the net. Landon Jamison steps in and engages with Finn Lockwood for a battle for the loose puck on the far wall. Lockwood bangs at it, then puts a cross check in on the shoulders on Jamison. We're going to skate through that as well. It goes back into the neutral zone. A step up, long launch coming in on a wrister from Brody Kendall, and Chase Merrill will cover it. We'll see a draw with 14:07 left in the third period. East Grand Forks up 2-0.
Yeah, Hoffman took that bad angle shot like you mentioned. I think that's got to be the plan for Central this whole period is whenever you get the puck on your stick with a look to the net, it's got to go there. I mean, anything and everything. And Merrill's looked really good, really confident, quick tonight. Like, it's going to take some shots to beat him.
Will draw on the East Grand Forks green wave end. Loose puck out to Walkenfoos. He tries to play one in. It's deflected wide. Picked up by Cullen Schmaltz. He'll ring it back to Jamison on the left wall. Break out to center, Jace Forey. Forey down numbers, but drops one off for Schultz, and he scores! What a play! It's brought up by Forey. He made a drop pass for Brock Schultz, and Schultz goes top shelf from range, well out beyond the high slot. Brock Schultz will tally the third goal of the night for the Green Wave. It's 3-0 East Grand Forks.
Yeah, that looked like kind of just a 2-on-2, like a nothing play, and all of a sudden from, 30 feet, I think it was crossbar posted in. That thing was tucked in there. What a shot.
A little bar down goal for Brock Schultz, who will score what will end up being his fourth of the year in his 8 point. Brock Schultz does get credit for it. We expect an assist from Forey. Jace Forey picks up an assist, and Cullen Schmaltz will pick up an apple as well. And the Green Wave lead 3-0. It'll be Schultz from Forey Schultz from Forey and Schmaltz, at 3:06, making it 3-0 in favor of East Grand Forks. And now the Green Wave looking to put it on some more as they pepper the net with shots from long range. Jackson Washburn making a stop. This floats to the high slot, goes loose, picked up back at center. Colton Bjerge for Central against 4 different Green Wave. Toe drags one and got a shot away. Chase Merrill held his ground and knocked that loose. Bjerge's played like a man possessed for Grand Forks Central tonight. He's had a nice night. Not a lot to show for it as of yet, but got a shot on net there. Puck loose along the far wall. Gershevsky, wrister. That's covered up by Merrill. He'll stop it for a draw with 12:56 to go. A little more extracurricular activity on the end of that. What a shot by Schultz. That's a great 2-on-2 play, isn't it? A little drop pass from Forey. Looks like they've done that for a long time together.
Yeah, 2-on-2s get a little tricky because it's an even man situation. It's hard to figure out what to do, but they played that perfectly. Central's D got caught a little bit deep, and then just gave the wrong guy too much time to take that shot.
So we get going again in the Green Wave zone with 12:45 to play here in the third period. And East Grand Forks leading by a score of 3-0. Our coverage tonight brought to you by Spray Advantage. Everything you need for spraying and application on your farm, and PS Garage Doors. The PS stands for perfect service. The Green Wave dump one in to the central zone. Be picked up on the near side by Gage Seidel for the Green Wave. Out to the point, Frost in traffic, deflected. Frost will go back into the neutral zone to pick it up. Races it down back on his own line and steps back into the far corner trying to avoid some pressure coming in from Central's Bryce Philpott. Back out towards the near line, plays in the neutral zone for Seidel. A backhand off the wall, loose back behind the net. Again, Jackson Washburn looking just about as comfortable as the devil on ice, trying to get back behind the net and take that puck. And I mean, if I were Jackson Washburn, I don't know that I would ever leave the crease. It just, you know what, I mean, it just, and bless his soul for going back there to fight for it. I mean, I get what he's doing, but man, he just never gets a break when he's outside of the crease.
Yeah, he's feisty. That crease isn't big enough for him.
Okay.
He needs a little more space.
Fair enough. I like it. Okay, stretching the legs. We can go with that. Brody Kendall plays one up into the neutral zone for Grand Forks Central. Finn Lockwood back to get it after a carry into his own end. Rylan Hoffman near side. Hoffman approaching up into the neutral zone. Leaves it off for Dylan Lamont, who took a hit from Jace Van Epps. It goes back behind the Green Wave net. Loose towards the near side. Green Wave looked to chase it down with Judd Pesch. Pesch breaks it out to the neutral zone for Van Epps. This one got loose back into the Knights' end, but they're going to say wave off the icing. Rylan Hoffman a stop. Puts it back behind the goal. Taken there by Brody Kendall. Breakout towards the near side. That one picked up by Ryder Burris, who took a bit of a hit and kind of struggled with the leg there. Nick Corbett dumps it up into the central end. Jackson Washburn again touching it up. leaving it back behind his own net against an East Grand Forks change. This goes loose to center. Rylan Hoffman up into the offensive zone, and we'll see a whistle. Central may have been offside.
Bjorgi arguing he was pushed offsides. He's not going to win that fight, but I think he might have had a decent case.
Coverage tonight brought to you by Dakota Commercial, connecting people and property for nearly 35 years in the Red River Valley. And Perkins Restaurant and Bakery, they are your complete breakfast place, locally owned and operated. Been a long time since I had a ham and cheese omelet and hash browns from Perkins.
I was there last weekend. It was great as usual.
I'm assuming that it probably was. They never disappoint. Donovan Bollock, Landon Jamison, wrestling match along the near side wall in the central zone. The Green Wave lead at 3-0. Oh, we haven't put the goal up as of yet, and a penalty coming up against Grand Forks Central. So 3-0 for East Grand Forks after that goal by Brock Schultz. For those of you viewing on video tonight, apologies for not getting that up on time. And we'll see an interference call coming up against Colton Bjorgi that will put the Green Wave on the power play.
Yeah, there's some argument about this call. I'm not sure there's any argument. I mean, that was a clear penalty. I think they called it interference. I thought it was more of a boarding or something along those lines, but I think it was a frustration. 2.5 periods of frustration from number 5 there for Central.
So Colton Bjorgi into the sin bin for interference. Time of the penalty will be at 6:14. East Grand Forks on the power play leading 3-0. Magner high slot, a whiff by Cullen Schmaltz. Puck comes out to the neutral zone as Cole Barta digs for it. Magner's back to cut it off, makes a quick stop, and a beautiful seeing eye pass to Caleb Schmiederberg. And Schmiederberg will bring it up into the offensive end. He went looking for Jamison charging the doorstep. It goes loose. Magner trying to turn it back to the point, too strong. Schmaltz back out into the neutral zone, and the Green Wave will have to get back on side. Schultz back to his own line to Schmaltz. Back to Schultz. Turning back towards the near side, being pressured by Bryce Philpott. It goes rink wide. Jamison gets caught in a poke check by Rylan Hoffman. Jamison circles back to it in his own end and turns it back to Cullen Schmaltz. 1:19 left on the power play for East Grand Forks. Magner along the checkered line comes loose to Schmiederberg. Schmiederberg struggling to contain it and was offside. That'll give Central a free pass to clear, and that clear is what happens off the stick of Cale Kwame. Green Wave back to get it in their own end. It'll be taken out near side by Sam Frost. Now Magner coming up on the left. Magner comes to a stop, charged by Dallas Gibbs. Magner put the puck loose in the corner, went back to get it. Clearing opportunity cut off by Frost. Towards the near side for Cooper Hills. Back to Frost in the high slot to Magner left point. Magner steps in, top of the circle. Back to Frost, high slot again. Puts the shot in. It's deflected by traffic up and over Washburn. Washburn frustrated, is getting held up by Schmiederberg. Swipes at his stick. Those two going nose to nose on some physicality right along the goal line. The puck goes loose to Hills into the neutral zone for East Grand Forks. Hills regains the offensive end with 25 seconds left of power play time. Another puck sneaks out into the neutral zone. Van Epps gets to it, leaves it off towards the far side. It's taken along the wall by Cole Beast. 2 goals tonight for East Grand Forks for Beast. Down to 10 seconds left of the man advantage. Hills is into the offensive end. And a whiff on it near side by Sam Frost. A charge back to go after it for Grand Forks Central as Mac Blue gives chase. That'll be the end of the power play. And we're halfway through the period nearly. 3-0 in favor of East Grand Forks on the all-true scoreboard. A long race for a puck back in the Green Wave end. Merrill looked to cover one up as Colton Bjorgi. He would charge the gates of hell right now if he had the opportunity to do so. He's just looking for anything. Puck player that doesn't wear the same color jersey, it doesn't matter. Finn Lockwood back in his own end for Central. Turning up ice, has one deflected. It goes loose to Bjorgi. Bjorgi takes a hit. Bjorgi doesn't like it. Hits 2 Green Wave in the process, and the puck goes free back in the Central end. Bjorgi's playing his own game right now for Grand Forks Central, and it involves just dealing punishment wherever he can find it. Jamison tries to clear it. Bjorgi catches it. Steps up into the neutral zone. Drives one in from distance just beyond the checkered line. Merrill will paddle that over into the corner. Behind the net for Corbett for East Grand Forks. Out to Jamison. He got hit hard. Leaving the skates again on that play was Dylan Lamont. And they're lobbying for a penalty on the Green Wave bench. There's a couple that could have been called charging tonight. And we'll see a whistle now with 7:39 left to go in the period. We'll see if one got called there or not. Yeah, they're going to get Lamont. Dylan Lamont's going to go in for elbowing will be the call, but that could have been a lot worse.
Yeah, that could have been a few different things. And then he came back around and got somebody else over here.
Is that where the penalty went? Was on the second hit?
No, it was on the first one.
Okay.
They had him, but he could have almost got a second penalty there.
The Green Wave are going to call for a timeout. Timeout's brought to you tonight by Budget RV. Visit their website, budgetrvgf.com, and look at their inventory for your next home away from home. Our scoreboard tonight is presented by Altru. Regular screenings with Altru's care team can detect illness before symptoms begin. Stay in the game of wellness. To schedule an appointment, visit altru.org or call 780-5000. Sponsors for tonight's matchup include Finest Auto Trim, bringing you the cover of the game in our post-game report tonight. Finest Auto Trim, big or small, they cover it all. Acme Equipment, your Kubota sales and service full-line dealer. Jarrell Sports Center, see what's new for the season. Stop in today. And Bergstrom Electric, the light and the lamp shines brighter. And our coverage tonight also brought to you by Berkshire Hathaway, Home Services Family Realty, buying homes, selling homes, finding the best realtor that suits you. Phil Thompson and Associates, serving the Valley in East Grand Forks, Warren, and Crookston. Pizza. Enjoy gourmet pizza, torpedo sandwiches, and more at pizza.com. And Absolute Refrigeration, the refrigeration experts you call when staying cool absolutely matters. Now, your food may have that problem. We don't have a problem staying cool right now. And I don't know if you heard the weather forecast, but next week could be a battle. Out on top, a shot for Grady Magner as another power play ensues for East Grand Forks. The Green Wave leading 3-0, and on the man advantage for the next minute 45 with 7:25 to play here in the third period. Cullen Schmaltz looking left side. Magner stepping into the corner. Got turned by Philpott. Steps back to the puck. Back near side, Brock Schultz creeping in, firing, going top shelf again. It's deflected up and over the bar. The Green Wave have seen something tonight as Central clears it in the top shelf, haven't they, Ryan?
Yeah, every shot has been high. Every shot's been high.
After that second one by Beast, it seems like that's where they've gone. They feel like they've got something up and over the shoulders on Washburn. Schultz up ice, driving out towards the near side, circling back behind the Green Wave net. Power play with 1:15 left to go. Magner, right side, slap that's deflected. That came from Cullen Schmaltz. Couple of good blockers there. Barta and Gibbs got a piece of it. Back into the neutral zone. Magner out to the line for Brock Schultz. Schultz back to Schmaltz on the far side. Pass too strong. Gershevsky knocks that one away. It'll go loose back into the Green Wave end. Hunter Barnson dancing away from traffic. Gets back behind the net. Held up but finds Schultz as that one was deflected just a bit by a good charge from Mac Blue. Puck comes loose near side. Dropped off by Sam Frost. Van Epps on the right side wall. He looks at Schultz coming into the circle, and Schultz got turned around on a poke check. Back to the near side, Van Epps, rink wide, left edge. A look by Caleb Schmiederberg. Backhanded pass to the right for Van Epps, looking for the Hattie. Van Epps goes across the high slot. Bjerge cut it off and cleared it.
Mac Blue quietly having a really good night. If you watch him play, that kid's going to be good. He is smart, crafty. He's had a good night.
He's been around a lot of plays,
yes,
just hasn't been able to get a lot of puck time with it, but he's been in the right spots, so that's half the battle. Rylan Hoffman clears one off the far wall. Little step around a defender. Tries to get in a shorthanded rush. Donovan Bollock follows it. Sends one high up and over the bar. And with 5:35 left to go now in the game, power play comes to an end. Dylan Lamont goes chasing Hunter Barnson after popping out of the box. And a chip up ice by Rylan Hoffman to put it in the offensive end to facilitate a Grand Forks Central change. What's important here is that if the Knights don't score, that'll be 3 consecutive games without a goal. And that's tough. And here's the takeaway. Here comes in Phil Potney, stoned by Chase Merrill, who robs him with the glove hand to stop a shot with 5:14 left. We were just talking about it. Those are the chances, right, Ryan? You're just getting no breaks when something like that gets stopped.
No breaks, and it's tough. Yeah, like you said, if this next 5 minutes goes by, that's 9 periods of hockey with no goals, and that's tough. Like, that starts to wear on you a little bit.
It's just not Central-like. It's not what they've been like the last few years.
Exactly.
Off the draw, puck stays in the Green Wave end momentarily, floats back into the neutral zone. It's taken there by Cale Kwame. Kwame steps up, wiped out. Loose puck, Nick Corbett for East Grand Forks, plays up the near side wall. Floats back to Washburn behind the net. Wyatt Walkenfoos over to pick it up. To the point, Cooper Hills holds it in, sends one wide. Correction, that was Judd Pesch that sent it wide. Back to Kwame. He takes a hit from Cam Kofsted. Puck out towards the near side. Caden Johansson dancing his way up into the neutral zone. A toss towards the net by the Green Wave. I believe that came from Pesch. Gloved up by Washburn. He floats it back in play in a transition. Johansson coming up into the offensive end. Leaves it for Cole Barta. Backhanded pass across the slot. No one home to take a whack at it. Corbett on the far side chips it off the wall. This is going to float back on net just wide. And they may have called icing after all. Didn't get the clock started there for you. Apologies, folks. Down to 4:26 left to go here in the period. And East Grand Forks leading 3-0 on your all-true scoreboard as we draw again coming up in the Green Wave end. Bjerge and Schultz maybe look for some action here off the drop.
Yeah, this game has if I said it was combustible, is that the right word now?
Absolutely.
Combustible?
Yeah, and you can understand why. 3 games without a goal, that'll make you combustible. They're not used to
and
something like that.
It's been physical on both sides here.
Yeah, tonight's been a night to throw a body.
Yeah.
Grady Magner back behind the Green Wave net, launches one up into the crowd. Had the teddy bear toss tonight. That was fun to see.
That was good.
Yeah, it was, Shots on goal are 18-16 Central. Now, East Grand Forks has maybe taken a little step back as far as intensity here with the 3-goal lead.
They put a few off the glass, too, probably to the tune of 3 or 4 or 5. So
sure. But
there's
not
that also.
I mean, not a lot of offensive production really for either team tonight. And so it makes you wonder, as a shot from the point by Gibbs is broken up by a blocker. That was Magner taking it off the body. Another clearing effort up the ice, and we'll stop the clock with 3:57 left. But getting a score from Thief River Falls tonight. Oh, basketball tonight up in Thief River Falls, and we're being told that East Grand Forks and Thief River Falls are knotted up at 44. It doesn't matter what the sport is, hockey, basketball, tiddlywinks. Nobody wants to lose to Thief River Falls. And you know what? They should play varsity tiddlywinks if that's what it takes to beat them. You know what I mean? Into the corner, Varnson with Magner there. It's pulled out by Dylan Lamont. Lamont gets turned around, a little bit of a poke check against the boards. A step in by Van Epps. And we see Ryder Burris stepping in to take control for Central. Floats back to the line. Schmiederberg stepping back. Plays it through the neutral zone. On the line, Kwame for the Knights. Off the far wall, back to Magner. Threw it off an official. Held up there. Burris plays it back towards the net. Cut off by Magner for East Grand Forks. Near side, Cooper Hills. Hills up into the offensive end with 3:20 to play in the third. He plays it rink wide. Off the wall, Burris coming up the wall to Barta. Barta and Schmiederberg collide. They both take a little step away from that hit, though, and end up one going to a knee, one staying on their feet. Back into the Green Wave end. Frost trying to outrun some pressure from Ryland Hoffman. 3 minutes to go now in the third period. 3-0 East Grand Forks on the all-true scoreboard. A chip off the wall by Cam Kosted. This will float back into the central end. And we will see a draw on the Knights, or in the Green Wave end with 2:54 left in the third.
Yeah, I mean, if Central's entertaining any chances of, making a run at this here, I mean, we're running out of time real quick.
Yeah, you got to pick up one quick. And, then you got to pull the goalie, right? At that point, I mean, you can't really pull the goalie down 3. You got to get one to give yourself a chance. You can do it, but sometimes you kind of wonder about the numbers anyway. Off the far wall, Cole Beast, 2 goals tonight for Beast. A couple of big goals from the blue line tonight for East Grand Forks. Their blue line has been good, scoring throughout the course of the year. Walkenfoos with the puck, back in his own end, turning it back towards Kwame. Johansson played it toward his own net. Walkenfoos picks it up, steers away from traffic in the far circle, being chased down by Jace Forey. And Forey ends up forcing a turnover. Schultz trying to go across the ice, picks up a puck. It's loose out in front of Washburn. He reaches for it, can't find it, and then the net off its moorings. And we'll see a draw with 2:13 left and a late whistle as Colton Bjerge and I believe Brock Schultz are talking about plans for a late night meal and maybe some homework after the game is over.
Meet out somewhere quick and talk about the game, I think. Maybe in a parking lot or a back alley or something like that.
Our coverage tonight brought to you by the Golf Center, where your game begins, by Crown Auto Sales. Find your next vehicle at crowngf.com, and by Hope Church. Discover community, find hope, experience God. Grand Forks Central up ice 3-on-3, nearing the end of the matchup. A pass to Donovan Bollock into the corner. He gets tied up against the wall by Sam Frost. Bollock trying to drag it up the near side wall along the outer edge of the circle. Ends up playing it back into the corner. Frost and Bollock still there. Now a step in by Hunter Varnson. Knights come away with it out on top. Grashevsky with a shot, and that's blocked. Jace Van Epps, despite the 3-goal lead, puts his body in front of that. You got to respect that, Ryan.
That is it.
That's a fantastic play by Van Epps to get in front of that puck. This will float back to the Green Wave line, taken by Frost. Rink wide to Magner. Chip off the wall, getting away from Ryder Burris. Burris comes up with a loose puck, but has no one to look to. Schmiederberg will take it back, plays it back in front of his own net. Chip off the wall by Frost. Back into the neutral zone for Gage Seidel. He turns it back into his own end. Clock down to 1:10 left to go. Goalie still in the net, so that's not going to be a factor, it would appear, for Grand Forks Central. Burris back in the neutral zone, trying to clear. Seidel picks it up in the checker line, just dumps it in. And here comes the final minute of the third period hockey. Want to say thank you to those of you that joined us tonight on KNOX TV for this one. We're looking to do more and more of this as time goes on. We're finding our legs with it. Landon Jamison out of the neutral zone. Here's Schultz, one-on-one against Wachenfuss. Schultz coming in. Godfrey, big save by Jackson Washburn. A kick save by Washburn on the left leg. That's as good as Washburn has looked all night, and that was really good. Rylan Hoffman, a wrister from the right wing, and we've got a little tie-up in the far corner with 32 seconds left to go. 31.9 as Hoffman ends up exchanging words with Landon Jamison, while Brock Schultz exchanges a few more with Dylan Lamont.
Yeah, as this game winds down, the other thing you got to think of, too, like Central doesn't pull their goalie. Well, this Gambucci Cup is all, contingent on points, and sometimes goal differential can be the deciding factor. So if you're Central, you think, well, we're not going to come back and win this game, keep a goalie and giving up a free one. Maybe that comes back and bites you. I don't know. Maybe that wasn't even their conscience. Maybe they just thought, hey, you know what?
I think
we're not feeling it right now.
I think Grant Paranika is just, you know what? We're going to play every minute that we have the way we normally play because we need the reps right now with the players that we have available. Clock down to 10 seconds. A quick turn and clear by Hunter Varnson, and we're destined for one more draw. Our coverage brought to you by Hugo's and Hugo's Pure Market. More low prices, more great stuff. Brought to you by Thermal Air. Here to keep your home and business comfortable. By Bud and Ralph's Appliances, making house calls in the greater Grand Forks area since 1986. And brought to you tonight by Valandry, providing customers with 100% satisfaction with a Valandry Advantage. And Farmers Union Insurance. Aaron Dunphy, your agent, proud supporter of high school sports in North Dakota. And we see a whistle with, 1.7 seconds left to go here.
Just run the clock.
Well, looks like Central's going to will they take one more penalty? Yeah, Bergey's going in the box at the 16:58 mark for cross-checking. And I'll tell you what, with some of the penalties that could have been called tonight.
Well, the other thing, too, 7 seconds left in a 3-0 game. I don't know. Maybe just get 5 off the ice. And just
2 seconds remaining, and we'll go into the green wave end for a draw. I want to thank Grand Forks Central Knight. Name again? Cooper Bakke. Cooper Bakke has been our cameraman this evening from Grand Forks Central, and he did a great job tonight for those of you that were viewing in. A big thank you to Cooper Bakke for joining us to help us with our video coverage tonight from Grand Forks Central. Your final score as this one comes to a conclusion on your all-true scoreboard tonight. East Grand Forks 3, Grand Forks Central nothing. The Knights 3 games in a row without a goal. They're going to fall to 1-3 on the season. And East Grand Forks will improve their mark to 4-2. And the Green Wave start off the Gambucci Cup Series tonight with 3 big points with the win over Grand Forks Central. We'll come back with your post-game report presented by Spray Advantage in a couple of moments. This is Green Wave and Knights Hockey in the Walls Medicine Center. Rivard's Turf and Forage Sports Network from KNOX Sports.
When you think breakfast, you think Perkins Restaurant. Whether you keep it simple with a fresh-baked mammoth muffin and coffee, or you go all out and try the tremendous 12 breakfast, Perkins Restaurant is your breakfast place. Perkins Restaurant and a great breakfast make the perfect team.
When you're ready to build your next home that will last a lifetime of celebrations with your team, give Applegren a call. They know a house is made a home by the people and the stories that take place in them. That's why Applegren Construction builds homes around what truly matters. Visit ApplegrenHomes.com.
Hi, this is Mike with Rivard's Turf and Forage in Grand Forks. Rivard's is ready for winter with our full lineup of professional ice melters. If you have parking lots, sidewalks, or a public area to keep ice and snow free this winter, Rivard's can help. Our granular ice melters provide a quick and powerful meltdown of snow and ice. When applied properly, they are less harmful to carpets, floors, grass, trees, or other vegetation. Also reduce damage to wood and concrete. For more information on Rivard's Turf and Forage and our ice melt products, please check us out at rivards.com.
Do you remember where you got your first pair of skates as a kid? For most of us in the Grand Cities, it was Jarrell's and Hockey World on South Washington. After you learned to skate, back to Jarrell's to get your first stick and a puck, then all your pads, top to bottom. Jarrell's and Hockey World, 1004 South Washington, Grand Forks.
What do you need or want right now? Area Community Credit Union can help you get whatever it is you want. Vehicle, furniture, a home loan, or maybe you need help with a wedding. Contact the professionals at Area Community Credit for solutions. Federally insured by NCUA.
If you're tired of dealing with the effects of hard water, High Plains Water has a solution with a Hillenbrand water softener. No more soap scum or spots on dishes, and appliances that last longer. With High Plains Water by your side, it's your home's clear choice for better water. Find them online at highplainswater.com.
When you need home, farm, or automobile coverage, contact Aaron Dunphy at Farmers Union Insurance, the proud corporate sponsor of the North Dakota High School Activities Association. Contact Aaron Dunphy of Farmers Union Insurance today at 775-3915.
It's that time of year where you farmers up and down the valley are going to put hours on end in your truck, tractor, or combine seat. If that seat could talk, it might say, "Help!" Hi, this is Carmen from Finest Auto Trim, and if your favorite seat on the farm has cracks, holes, or the duct tape is taking it over, bring it in to Finest Auto Trim. We can match most colors or change it up for you. We can make your seat come back to life, and you can use that duct tape somewhere else on the farm. Give us a call or stop in at our shop, 2201 Demers Avenue. Finest Auto Trim, big or small, we cover it all.
We welcome you back to our post-game report tonight and our coverage of East Grand Forks Green Wave and Grand Forks Central Knights hockey this evening. Here in the Walls Medicine Center, Rivard's Turf and Forage Sports Network from KNOX Sports. Ryan Cunningham, Ryan Kuntz with you here today. Your final score, the Green Wave 3 and the Knights nothing. The win will push East Grand Forks to 4-2 overall. The loss will drop Central to 1-3 overall, and 3 points in the Gambucci Cup Series tonight to the East Grand Forks Green Wave. But again, Ryan, as we break down our post-game report, brought to you tonight by Spray Advantage, everything you need for spraying an application on your farm. The difference between Spray Advantage and their competitors is that Spray Advantage has what you're looking for in stock. Tips, tanks, nozzles, pumps, grain carts, seed tenders. They do it with 2 locations to serve you, in Grand Forks and St. Thomas. Spray Advantage, make them a part of your agricultural game plan now and for years to come. The real concern tonight, Ryan, is Central 3 games, no goals. And there's some puck luck involved with that, but when you take a look at having 4 power plays tonight and really not getting a lot of good offensive chances, and I don't know if it's speed. I didn't think that, East Grand Forks was incredibly faster than Grand Forks Central tonight. Maybe just not organized the right way, maybe struggling to find their places on the ice right now. What do you think? You had a chance to look at it tonight, Ryan. Where do you go?
Yeah, they did everything right. Like if you had told, Central's coaching staff, hey, you're going to give up 18 shots to East Grand Forks, they probably would have been like, hey, that's pretty good.
That's
a pretty good effort.
Yep.
And certain times, EGF looked like the better team. Certain times, Central looked like the better team. Like any, game, there's ebbs and flows. Both teams look good at certain times. But like we talked about, Central just they get around the net and they just can't quite take that next step, get that extra shot, get the rebound. They just can't make that play to get them that chance to score. And you can't just you got to have more than what they had tonight. They're not going to win games with that kind of offensive output. Everything from their blue line back I thought was great. But
their forecheck was good a lot of the night tonight.
They put pressure on the neutral zone. They turned them over in that second period, man. They were rolling. They turned EGF over several times and got chances, but then flub pass, missed shot, lost the puck.
Yeah.
Fell. Trip. I mean, something.
Yeah.
It was always something.
Yeah. And then, the thing is, when we talked about this at the end of the second period, you're in 2 periods, you've had 4 power plays, you have 12 total shots. That's an issue, right? I mean, that number's got to be up around 20 if you're going to get 4 power plays. You're going to have a little bit more production than that.
They were way better 5-on-5 than they were 5-on-4.
Yeah.
I mean, 5-on-4, they're trying to set up plays, and maybe that's just not their thing. 5-on-5, they're just going hard, right? And that was way more successful for them than the power play stuff.
Scoring tonight as we take a look at our post-game summary. Cole Beast with a pair of them tonight. Opening period 9-11. Cole Beast sends one in from the right point, just into traffic. and got it to sneak through off of a Grand Forks Central body. It was Beast from Van Epps and Varnson at 9-11. 1-0 Green Wave in the second. Cole Beast at 13:42 of the second period. This time just turn it around from Varnson and Van Epps, and Beast, high slot, top shelf, great shot. Just ends up going right over Jackson Washburn's shoulder. That makes it 2-0. And in the third, really pretty play as the Green Wave gained the offensive end, 2-on-2. And we saw Jace Forey drop off a pass for Brock Schultz. He goes top shelf as well from way out beyond the high slot. Also a helper on that one from Cullen Schmaltz. Time of the goal at 3:06 makes it 3-0 in favor of East Grand Forks. Who Lit the Lamp tonight is brought to you by Bergstrom Electric. They make the lamp and the light shine brighter. 3 men for East Grand Forks will have multi-point nights tonight. Cole Beast with 2 goals. That'll put him at 3 for the year and 5 points on the season. 2 assists tonight for Hunter Varnson. Now 4 assists and 4 points this year. 2 assists for Jace Van Epps. Now 3 assists and 6 points on the year. Brock Schultz with a goal, his 4th, his 8th point of the season. Assist on that for Jace Forey, his 2nd assist and 2nd point of the year. And an assist for Cullen Schmaltz, his 3rd assist and his 4th point of the year. And that's Who Lit the Lamp tonight, brought to you by Bergstrom Electric. They make the lamp and the light shine brighter. Our final order of business this evening will be our Players of the Game Award, and we'll start with our 3 stars of the game, brought to you by PS Garage Doors, where the PS stands for perfect service. And if you don't have perfect service and you don't have a garage door that's working right now, and we're looking at that winter storm coming up next week. I don't know if you heard about this, Ryan. Colorado low, supposed to trek its way out of the Central Plains somewhere between Tuesday and Thursday next week. And I'm told by Mark Ewens, and this is not a joke, that this storm system will actually be referred to as something that in the weather community they call an Oklahoma hooker. Okay. So I've heard of an Alberta Clipper.
Sure.
I've heard of a Saskatchewan Screamer.
Okay.
There's the Colorado Low. This one's going to be called an Oklahoma hooker. And what that means is it comes from Colorado into Oklahoma and then turns its way back up and actually hooks up into the northern plains.
So that makes a little. Now I get it.
Yeah.
I was going somewhere else. But
personally, I think weathermen are just a little dirty, but that's okay. All right. So when you don't have that type of a situation and your garage isn't getting to the floor, it can fill up with snow really fast. Ryan Kuntz had that experience last year. As a matter of fact, I believe you shared that with us. You got some snow in your garage at one point.
They hooked me up.
Okay, they fixed you.
Great job.
Call 772-DOOR for perfect service at PS Garage Doors. 3 stars of the game tonight, brought to you by PS Garage Doors. So, do we just take the scoring line here both times, or is there somebody else that you want to acknowledge tonight? I think the stars are going to come from East Grand Forks tonight, and I see Cole Beast being the top star. There's some wiggle room in the other two.
That's an easy one. I thought. I thought Brock Schultz stood out a lot. He was just all over that. He got that goal. That shot was unreal.
It was a great shot.
Just for that unbelievable shot. I mean, he had a ton of chances. He kept missing the net high and wide a little bit there, but he just jumped off the page a little bit to me. I thought I think he deserves to jump in there somewhere.
Okay, so let's do this then. 3rd star tonight, Hunter Varnson. There's a reason for this now. Hunter Varnson with 2 assists tonight, helped out on both of Cole Beast's goals. He'll be the 3rd star. 2nd star, Brock Schultz, great shot from the high slot. And then Cole Beast with 2 goals tonight. He'll be our 1st star. All from East Grand Forks, brought to you by PS Garage Doors. Again, where the PS stands for perfect service, call 772-DOOR. Our final award is our Finest Auto Trim, Finest Cover of the Game, brought to you by Finest Auto Trim, where their motto is big or small, they cover it all. Finest Auto Trim specializes in recovery of vehicle and marine seats. So if you have some seats that are broken down, they no longer have their support, the seats is cracked, those types of things, they look bad. Finest Auto Trim can cover those so you don't have to buy new seats or a new boat or car or whatever. They can take care of that for you. And if you'd like to convert the interior of your vehicle over to leather, they can do that for you and save you some money on those kits that you might have to buy from the auto dealers out there. Take it to Finest Auto Trim, see what they can do for you. If you have something that you keep outside right now, you don't want all that snow in your air conditioning unit, they can custom make a cover for anything you keep outside. Finest Auto Trim, big or small, they cover it all. Here's what I like about the finest cover of the game. Jace Van Epps had 2 assists tonight, but the play at the end, he's got a 3-goal lead with his team, and there's very little time left. East Grand Forks is basically getting out of here with a win. He still throws his body in front of a shot and blocks one in the high slot just to make sure they don't give up a goal. That's the type of effort you're looking for in a finest cover. That's why I thought I'd hold Van Epps out of the stars and give him that award tonight, because that was a pretty nice effort, wasn't it?
That's good. That's what you love to see, is a guy doing that in that situation. Sometimes you can't get guys to do it in 1-goal games. But,
sure.
Yeah, I don't know. Have you ever blocked a shot before?
No.
It sucks.
And I don't want to.
It sucks. Like, sometimes it hits your shin pad and you're fine, and sometimes it hits your top of your foot or your ankle or your toe or somewhere where you don't have pads, and it sucks.
I've been hit with pitches umpiring before where the catcher hasn't gotten any of it at all.
Yeah.
But that might be a ball moving about 65, 70 miles an hour, maybe 80 if it's a pretty good pitcher.
Yeah.
Right? So off a stick, you can probably send them, 80, 90 miles an hour, and that rubber is probably a little bit more ferocious than a round baseball.
I just got the chills just thinking about wearing one off the, right above the knee there.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's great. Like that's what you like to see.
Great cover for Jace Van Epp, so pick up that award. Rhino, it was good to see you again, man. Thank you. I appreciate you being here tonight. And we'll do it again sometime coming up in the near future. We'll see where the schedule takes us. So we want to thank all of you for joining us here this evening as well on KNOX Radio and KNOX TV. A big thank you to our fine sponsors, including our premier sports partners, Walls Medicine Center, your vaccine headquarters in Grand Forks, and Rivard's Turf and Forage, a premium seed dealer in Grand Forks. Your final score tonight, the Green Wave 3, the Knights nothing in the Gambucci Cup opener. That'll do it for us tonight here on KNOX TV and KNOX Radio and KNOX Sports. I'm Ryan Cunningham saying so long, everybody.
Hello, Jenna with Budget RV. Merry Christmas. We have gifts for you.